Greetings, everyone. I'm the delicious and mythical, that's it, mythical GriffinMuffin, and we're here with another night of Pillars of Eternity. Now, one thing I want to get across. Actually, I'll get in first. Here we go. Start off from where we were. So, one thing that's happened. So obviously, I skipped last week, just because of stuff that. I won't get into it, but So obviously, I had some time to play in between now and then. 2 weeks worth, and I've actually gotten a lot of other stuff done. As you can see, I'm in the middle of the endless paths here at the moment. Unless someone requests it or something, I don't want to do the endless path stuff. It's kind of just grinding. It's kind of just, endless mob battles and stuff. So I think I'll just make my way out of here. But seriously, a lot has happened. If you are watching this to kind of keep up with the story and the progress that I personally have made with my with this character and stuff, seriously, a lot has happened. So, first off, I've done a lot of the companions' quests. I've done Adair's quest. I just did Kana's quest. That was the last thing I did before I kind of stopped. And I was like, well, I gotta leave something to do for the actual stream, so that was that, really. I've done a lot of the side quests, I started doing some of the stuff for Cadnua. I'm pretty much all up to date with all the other stuff I need to do is to do with Act 3. I'll show you the thing. So, Durance, I just have to continue having him in my party. Descent, look, I'm not a big fan of the endless paths. If people request it, I'll do it, but I did that fully with my last guy on hard mode, so I'm less inclined to do it again this time. That's Sagani's quest, which is in Twin Elms. Twin Elms, Defiance, but this is what I'm going to lead to. That's too hard. I went and did that. I almost got canned by just trying to defeat 2 enemies. Because that's to do with the White March DLC. This is to do with Grieving Mother. And I don't know how to expand this further. So we're just going to wait on that. We have to go to the Twin Elms for Haravius' quest. And the battle for Yenwood. I need to build up my my defenses at Cadnua before we can do that. So what's left? We have find the place of misery and madness, which is the sanitarium, and then we have talk to Lady Webb about this and that and the other, which will lead to the Animancy hearings, which will kick off Act 3. So yeah, now you're all caught up. Let's get into it. And a lot has happened. I did a quest for the Dozens, where I got this weapon here. Oh shit. I don't know. I've been reading up on a bit on Welsh and how to pronounce things, and I know it's not pronounced how it's spelled here. It's not Haliath. It would be I don't know how to. Sometimes some of the things in Welsh are just but that's not anything like it's pronounced. Why would you put that letter there if it's not going to be pronounced? So, I've got that awesome spear. I missed it in the last game. I'm surprised I did. I also I picked up this thing now. I got some good gear for Eder. Been doing some enchanting. I've reworked Kana's weapon set, and I've given Haravius some new weapons. So, seriously, most of the combat encounters I've had in Cadnua, well, in Odnua. Odnua is the person who ruled the place in the Endless Paths. My party members just auto hit everything. They were just I just right click and they just hit the shit out of it, and it died basically. Okay, still trying to get up to the levels. This is the one thing I didn't like about the Endless Paths. Having to rerun up all the things. to get back to where I was. Again, the silver chalice makes its appearance. But since I'm still in lockdown, I'm not I'm not drinking any alcohol. Not a good habit to form. But I tell you what, when I get that tankard from I ordered it on Etsy. Once it gets here, I'll oh shit! I forgot to share out the fact that I was streaming. Give me a moment. Share. Copy. Let's put another tweet. Oh, whoop! That did not work. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing, didn't I? Put a picture in. Done. Yeah, sorry, I seem so unprofessional when I do this, but it's just, I think it's, you know, it reveals how much that I actually don't know what I'm doing. That's where I got it confused with. Endless Paths of Odd Newer. So it's Odd Newer's Endless Paths. Oh, I didn't know that. I forgot how, I forgot about my dry beard. I was actually in a podcast with him, Indigo, and Soul Purpose. So, Soul Porpoise. A few months ago now. I forgot about him.
Better indeed.
Oh, thank you, Aloth. I'm glad to know that you like the place. Before I leave, I want to make sure that... Ooh, she's still on that thing. Finished in 9 hours, so I can actually rest here. I like what they did, adding, you know, Cadnur and the fortress and stuff. But I think it could have been done, like, a lot better. Now, actually, I think I might swap out Kana with Grieving Mother. So I'll get this stuff out of here. Because maybe having someone like a Cypher in a sanitarium might be pretty interesting. So, what does he have? Ooh, because I don't want to lose the... I'll take the rings just in case. But all this other stuff, I think will be okay. So yeah, we'll swap out for...
Safe travels.
Because this quest is now done, so... Grieving Mother. Let's go to... When is the sanitarium? That's in Brackenbury, I think, so... Let's go there. See if anything's popped up on... Okay, 3 concurrent views, that's always good. No, was it, I can imagine that I'll never really get a massive following either on Twitch or YouTube. I don't really see that happening for myself, but whoever rocks up and has a chat and watches me play games and all that sort of stuff, I'm happy with that. Oh, you leveled Grieving Mother. Let's see what we can do with you. Let's get that stealth on. Maybe some lore. Cool. Okay, so we have another ability for her. Yeah. Now, I have Silent Scream and Pain Block. Wild Leech might be a good thing, because I want to see how that actually works out. Okay, so this is again something... I think I'm just going to go with Psychic Backlash. Invokes a retaliatory strike, stunning an enemy when they target the Cypher's will defense. Let's just do that. I'm not too fussy with what she gets.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, sanitarium's there, but it says I have to ask a guard where it might be. So, find a guard and just quickly ask them about what to do. Like, where the sanitarium is, which seems really strange, but doesn't matter. Just gotta find an actual guard first. Hey, you? Nope, Animancer. Where are the Mad Kept in Defiance Bay? The only place around here that takes them is Brackenberry Sanitarium. I've heard they treat your soul there, to take the madness away, but there's just as many stories coming out of that place that will chill your blood. There's a man, if you want to call him that, Ethel Moa, there. He's head warden. If you're visiting or checking in yourself in, he's the one to talk to. Wow, at a level just from that little interaction. Okay, he's got 6 points. Where can we put that? He definitely doesn't need stealth. I do want him to have more athletics. Survival is definitely a thing for him. I think that's all we need. We'll see. We'll leave those for the next level. And here we go. So we have a whole bunch of weapons specializations and stuff like that. Unbend. Oh, his. Okay. Now this is important because someone from the chat a few games ago told me about how, like, you know, fighters in Pillars don't have like the whole threat generation mechanic thing, or at least, you know, not overtly. They need to do damage in order to tank, so you can't have like the what can I call it? The combat system is very mathematically entrenched. Like, to hit something, you need to have a high enough accuracy, and then that accuracy needs to overcome certain, either like fortitude, will, reflex, whatever. And then when it hits that, it has deflection. It's very... It reminds me of like advanced D&D sort of thing. So what I'm basically saying is, he needs to hit things, and you can't have a large shield. So I've gotten him a medium shield, and I think this should help him like maintain aggro, so to speak. So, unbending. The fighter draws strength from his or her indomitable spirit, causing them to regenerate loss from an attack. 3 per rest. That seems good. Confident aim. Grazers converted to hits. 1 per encounter. Now, this is a thing. The fighter intensely focuses his or her training, significantly raising their accuracy for a short time. And that seems pretty good. Lowers accuracy, but increases deflection of nearby enemies. Again, it might be okay, but I didn't pick that last time. Determined it dramatically increasing all defenses for a short time. 1 per encounter. But he still needs to hit things. And he is doing well with tanking. I don't think I really need to get crazy with that sort of thing. Maybe later on. Who knows? Anyway, let's go with Discipline Barrage, because you get 1 per encounter. Let's do it. So here we are. Brackenberry Sanitarium. Let's get in there. I have to have my phone on me. Like, the kid should be asleep, but I have a feeling that he's being a naughty bastard. Ah, I've been here before.
How do you do?
How do you do? You may have a member of the Leaden Key in your midst. Ethelmel groans, and the stone around him shudders. I could have done without hearing that today. Many have their intrusions been into our affairs. Of course, one can seldom be certain whether they meddled or whether a calamity has struck on its own, but a few of their less skilled infiltrators have been exposed from time to time. They are a perpetual nuisance. Once again, I am reminded of how envious I am of your gifts. I suspect that they would be they'd be of some use in verifying one's identity. You are at odds with the Leaden Key as well, I take it. They have something I need. I don't like what they stand for. Yeah, they are always up to something. Of that you may rest assured. If their plots have come to involve you, you have my sympathies. Do you have some idea of who the person might be? I suspect it's a patient. Very well, in that case, I would recommend you speak first with our resident animancers. They have frequent interactions with both patients and colleagues. You'll find them up here or in their offices downstairs. Now, so let's go check and see if because last time the audio was a bit messed up. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, that's working fine. Does anyone here know about awakenings? There's an animancer on the lower floor who came all the way from Reviewer to study them. Take the stairs down and look for Belisage? Belisage? Anyway. We'll call her Bella.
Oh?
Or them, Bella. Or him, Bella. Let's have a look around. Yeah. I know a pretty intense fight happens here, so get ready for that. Oh, I have been here already, for this guy, Modred. This is when I did that quest for that necromancer. Well, not for him, I did end up just killing him. Here we go.
Good day, stranger.
A woman paces back and forth, her feet crunching on the soft red carpet. She gestures and mumbles to herself, shaking her head as she pores over the pages of notes. She almost walks into you. She's Valium. Eccoci, here I am looking so hard for answers in my research that I do not see Kith standing in front of me. What can I do? I'm looking for an expert on awakenings. She laughs bitterly. Ach, that would be me. Though the lack of research subjects has made me more of an expert in counting floorboards. I would like to transfer animancy success to in buttressing pre-awakened souls to soothing those whose souls have already awakened. But I need subjects, and most of the patients here are too broken to produce reliable results. It is a tragedy to have come so far for nothing. You're in luck. I have a volunteer. She springs to the balls of her feet, beaming. Galade, who? I don't know about this. Don't be silly. The process is perfectly harmless. All you must do is stand in that cage. I beg your pardon. I jest. You Adirans are so uptight. I don't even know what the thing is used for. It belonged to the last occupant of this office, I think, now that they upgrade it to a cell. Again, I jest. So, I need you to sit here. She takes Alof by the shoulders and steers him to the couch. And try to relax. But don't try too hard. Then you'll not be relaxing. Indeed. And you also must wear these. A little cold, but the copper will help conduct your essence. The animator fastens thick copper bands to Alof's forehead and wrists. As she ratchets them tighter, his face twitches with suppressed irritation. Now, I will examine your soul through my scope. She reaches into a desk and produces a long chambered tube. Knots dials small tooth wheels run along the side of the device. It is fitted with Ardra lenses cut to different thicknesses and concavities. By manipulating them, I find the angles and densities that will allow me to track the anomalies in your soul. Does this mean we'll get to talk to Isamil more? I like that lady. His mind is full of hesitations, angles upon angles. Drawing him out of his own fears will be difficult. See, this is a good thing I brought Grieving Mother along. But first we must find this cunning interloper. You will answer some personal questions while I make some adjustments. Very well. She holds the scope to her eye and flicks a knob. To begin, tell me something personal. Something from a time before your awakening. There's nothing to tell. I was a small child living in the Keithwood. Sithwood? I think it's Sithwood. He looks to you. His own face is in a frown, but the rigid edges of apprehension show through nevertheless. Talk about your parents. As you speak to Alof, you feel your voice like a bell in your chest. It tolls softly, luring him into the mist of his own memory. Belisage doesn't seem to notice anything, but you feel as if your words are smoothing his essence in untangling its many threads. Mother is away most of the time, with the Thanes family, but I always know when she is coming home. Father's bottles accumulate like storm clouds on the horizon. His fits of temper become swifter and more violent. It still shames him, knowing that her Hamneg, the Hemneg to another man supports us better than his labors as a steward. This is good. I'm starting to see something. Continue. Tell us about the time you awakened. I'm in my 5th year of training. Mother is home. I let my guard down a little, because when she is around, he is usually only angry with her. But he has heard that I have had trouble casting missiles, that my flame shields are unstable. He is furious that I have failed, and Mother's presence reminds him that he has failed too. The first blow takes me by surprise. One moment I was sweeping the kitchen, the next I am sprawled on the ground, stupidly looking at flecks of my own blood on the tile. His boots, glistening with fresh polish, thud across the floor. He kicks me in the stomach, and I curl up to shield my vitals. But it's pointless. Protecting one thing only leaves something else exposed. Still huddled on the ground, I retreat as fast as I can. I retreat until the vision of my kitchen and my own trembling knees is nothing but a pinprick against the field of black. His jaw locks and his eyes twitch beneath their lids. Madiko! He's hypnotized himself with this old memory. You've got to bring him out of it. Quickly! I almost have it. What can I do? Slap Aloth. This is just a memory, it's not real. Aloth's eyes snap open, but the expression you see in them isn't his. And what about those rattles you see in the space twixt your ears? They're real enough for you. I know it was bad. Anyway. That's it. I'm seeing a shift in his essence. Something's spreading and congealing. Keep talking. He seems to respond to you. What brought you here? Cracking bones and high vices and ire. That warm molasses feeling that creeps down your gut when crisis is nigh. Bill Feto. We have flares of a totally different, distinct essence. Now, try to get the two of them talking. Isilmir, tell Aloth why you've awakened. Fie, he's the one who needed me, hiding his own bone bag like a turtle in his shell. I never turned it over to you. Good, yes, very good. I can now see 2 separate patterns of essence. Where he ebbs, the other flows. It is as if the awakened soul feels the spaces that he leaves empty. Go on. Isilmir. Oh. Maybe I should, side with Aloth here. You know, okay. Aloth, what's this about ceding space to Isilmir? He grits his teeth painfully. I've given her nothing. She usurps me in my own body. Aye, and I lend him a pair too. You should ask what did that old man of his. How the last time he laid a hand on us, I break it in 3 places. Aloth jerks back. That wasn't your decision. It's never been your decision. Now I was awakening, but now I'm stuck with you. And damned if I let your kneeing drag us both through the scupper. Ach, very good. She lowers her scope and consults her notes. I think I've finally got something we can work with. Alright, cool. I've tracked Isilmir's essence through the exchange. She had a particularly high density index. Oh, I love that. So sciencey. During the most heated portions of their argument, and her essence seems to localize most clearly in the lower portion of the subject's left rib cage. Okay. That's right around the spleen, which of course means that she is triggered by black bile. Okay. No doubt the subject's characteristic melancholy is to blame. Yeah. Black bile, that sounds familiar as some sort of, bullshit thing for medical explanations. Aloth blinks at you, and in the midst of his perturbation, and you're not quite sure who's looking out of his eyes, that's utter horseshit. Yes, never mind my years of training. I suppose you have a better explanation? Isamir manifests when Aloth is in danger or under pressure. Carefully scratches her jaw. I suppose that could be true? I'll have to check against another note of research. He removes the copper headbands. Well, and good for you. But what does that mean for me? Belisage frowns at her notes, tapping her cheek with a quill and making a grand show of concentration. However, you catch her stealing a glance at you over the pages. Okay. Isamir tries to take control from you when she thinks you can't face a problem on your own. You can't let her make these decisions for you. Well, that's pretty good. That's something Aloth probably needs to hear. She did you a favor by dealing with your father, didn't she? I think she's trying to help. Nah. That's the problem, is that he's lending all these things that he should be doing to another aspect of his personality. It seems that Isamir steps in when she determines that you're in danger. It's not clear yet whether this helps or a hindrance. I reckon this one. My thoughts exactly. I'll have to be more careful about her from now on. But I've got a lot to process. Regardless, thank you for your help, Jazera. Well, I hope this has been useful. Even though I did nothing. Okay. His grimace melts into a crooked smile. Aye, advancing the right-wise principles of animancy. Just what you've always wanted. As you turn to leave, you catch a darting movement out of the corner of your eye. Belisage is humming to herself, still occupied with her scope, but Aloth is holding her notes. He's just about to tuck them into his cloak when he catches you watching. Aloth. Please, I don't want my personal information published like this, especially not after her nonsense. Leave me out of this. Not to worry. We'll see this to our own.
Yes.
Yeah. If he really doesn't... she needs to ask for his consent to publish this stuff anyway. I mean, when you have test subjects in, like, just ordinary science experiments, like, you need to get the consent of the person to publish whatever it is. So, stand up for your rights, man. Okay, let's have a look around. More cells. Lovely claw marks. Hey, Ripley.
Hello.
Oh my, you startled me. Are you supposed to be in here? What do you do here? I mostly help Master Arzo set up and clean his equipment. I also keep his office organized since he's too busy to do it himself. If there's nothing else, I need to get back to my work. Master, I'm just the assistant. He'd know more about it. Is Arzo busy with patients, or is he running some sort of experiment? I'm just an assistant. It's not my place to gossip. Sorry. Okay. Can we get in here? That's a locked door. Yep, cool. Alright, that is going to be interesting.
Good day to you.
What do you do here? How do I get there? Only he has access. Head Warden Ethelmoa does too, but he's, you know, a statue. Alright. I guess I'll just head back to the statue. Just try and get some access to the other places of this sanitarium.
Good day to you.
Have you learned anything of interest? Maybe. Is Caedmon Azo running experiments on patients here? Experiments? Caedmon Azo is in charge of patient welfare now. He is not authorized to run any more experiments. I am disappointed in Caedmon. I had hoped he would be the one to guide your inquiry. He'll be in his office or in the patient wards. I am granting you immediate access. Thank you. Yeah. Let's go. So now the magic statue has given me access to that place. Alright. Let's get up to that door again. Oh, look at this. I have more focus than Grieving Mother
Yes.
now. The head warden says you can go in, but be careful. Ooh. Hello there. Flesh construct. Patient. Oh, there he is. I feel like I should come back to him later. Master Izo said he'd make me better soon. Let's have a look around.
Now here's something.
Oh, I found some snowcap. Awesome. Wow, it is so unnerving to have these flesh constructs around. Oh, that's locked. Well, that's probably where I need to go eventually. Sanitarium guard. Keep your distance. I don't know if it's pronounced wicked or white. I think it's white. Yeah, I think it's just white. You pronounce it like that. But yeah, they're just pretty much undead things. What's this place?
And what does the flame reveal?
Money. The Ethic Knoll. Am I stealing it? Apparently not. Okay, I'll head back through here. Guess there's nothing else. I'll just talk to Cademan Azo. Azo? That would be a double Z, wouldn't it? A round-faced, balding man turns to face you. Okay. His upper lip is pulled upward slightly by his pointed nose, exposing his upper teeth when
What
he
is
scowls.
the meaning of this?
Oh, he's voiced. Ethimir told me you're not supposed to be doing any more experiments. Sorry. Yes, well, Ethelmoa hasn't done much good for anybody since he had his soul moved into an inanimate object, so I fail to see why I should let him sway me. If animancers all followed the commands of their leaders, where would we be? We'd all be as backward, as willfully ignorant as Rayed Ceres. We would know nothing about life or death or even ourselves. We would be lost in the dark with no clue as to why. I never thought I'd find myself in agreement with a statue, but Ethelmo is right about this fellow at least. How easily ambition masquerades as prudence. I'll bet he's fooled even himself. You toy with things beyond your comprehension. Seems to me we're still in the dark. Surely there are other paths that don't risk taking lives.
Indeed. Many lives have been spent in such pursuits, writing treatises and poems. But tell me this, how does one verify the truth of a poem? If some philosopher stumbled across the meaning of our existence, how would we know it from a false one? These are wasted lives. In animancy there is progress. We are measurably closer to complete understanding because of our work, and that will be true until our work is complete.
That's pretty spot on, actually, for like some of the themes I'm trying to construct for the script is the pursuit of truth, and I think like that's pretty spot on for the pursuit of truth. Well, knowledge, like epistemically, like the sort of truth that they're after, you know.
Who will solve Widewen's legacy? Some church? Some warrior? It will be an animancer, or it will be no one at all.
I need to know if you've seen any unusual behavior. You're going to get a lot of looks, asking questions like that in a sanitarium for the unbalanced. In truth, I have spent little time treating them since I have been reduced in my capacities. You might have luck with some of our more functional patients. They tend to congregate in the main area, just past the entrance of the patients' wards. Yeah, farewell. Gonna save. I gotta make sure to save a bit more often, because I've had troubles where I've, fucked up and I've had to, like, redo entire parts of, stuff. And also, if I want to go back and record something without my face in the corner, then, yeah, then I can do that. Actually, I'll leave it. Alright, let's talk to this guy. I've been hearing screams in the night. Yeah, probably would happen. Children. Yep. They say I can't leave. I don't like this place. Master Azus. Yeah, okay, so I need a... Oh, hello, there's a person. A named person. You must be visiting someone. A friendly visit, I hope. What do you know of this Animancer Azo? Oh, I like him very much. Many Animancers could care less about their patients. They look at us like vermin for their experiments. But Master Azo treats us like humans, even the very sick. You can tell he does. He does this to help people. He's helped me understand a great deal about myself, and I know he's done the same for others. It's too bad what they did to him. He hides it well, but I know he's still affected by it. What happened to Azo? Frail's eyes dart back and forth, and her voice lowers to just above a whisper. They don't like to talk about it, but that was an accident. He was said to be the one of the brightest in Deerwood. That was his reputation here, and that was what brought me to seek treatment. People say it was ego that drove him to try and solve the legacy, but that's hogwash. Even if he was a bit of a showman, he loves his homeland. He thought he could help. He wasn't the one to speak of his work, suspected his colleagues might have tried to steal it. But he told me that he had figured out a way to create a soul. Not a soul exactly, mind you. How did he put it? A proxy, I think he called it. Had some machine that drew energy out from the very ether. Can you imagine? The point is, I was going to help. It was going to help with the legacy. It was going to make the Hollowborn into something easier to love and care for. God knows. That's something we need. Do you know what they call those empty little babies in Andra's gift? No, tell me. They call them boys, because so many of them are found floating face down in the water. These are mad times. Ugh. That's grim. Grieving Mother's hands fly to her ears. Ah, and her mouth frames a silent scream. Only her mind speaks. Evils that magnify tragedies. This is what we must stop. Anyway, Master... Anyway, Master Azo has scheduled a public demonstration of his work in Copper Lane. He was so excited. And then the next day he was locked in his office, turning away visitors, I heard. And then he stopped seeing patients. I don't know exactly what happened. And I don't have the heart to ask him, but I'm glad they're letting him treat people again. Have any of these patients been acting unusually? Well, there's Batixa, who relives a murder she committed more than 5 lifetimes ago. Edelman, who they say has only half a soul, and who was found collecting the faces of others because he believed them to be his own to be a false one. Surprise! What are all these faces doing here, Carl? Graham. He speaks in a language no one understands and wails at night sometimes. Different from their novel behavior, I mean. Well, yes, I suppose, but nothing they didn't volunteer for. Master Azer let us know the number of patients in the Northwood had volunteered for a new therapy and would be escorted to his laboratory to receive treatment. The Northwood has our most troubled cases. I'm glad some of them have chosen to get help. It seems to me it's gotten quite quiet over there since it started. Suspicious. It's Graham I see them taking in the most. He struggles, but he's always a bit of a wild one. Would I be able to visit the North Ward? Well, they like to keep them separate. I don't know that I've ever seen the guards allow a visitor, just like Master Azo. You might ask him. He's very sympathetic. Okay, let's just save. I have a feeling that I should save, so I'm going to listen to it. Talk to Graham in the North Ward. Azo is the only one that has. So yeah, from this we can get the sympathetic stuff that's now heading towards dealing, talking about the animancers and, that they are actually trying to do good. So, again, it's a very Obsidian style game to have that there's no clear bad guy and that everyone believes they're doing the right thing. So,
What is it now?
I'd like access to the North Ward. Out of the question. Those patients are in isolation for a reason. So you can coerce them into your experiments? Freyol told me everything.
She's a patient! That blazing woman knows nothing of the nature of my experiments.
He balls up his fist and digs his teeth into his index finger. A growl. Ooh. Yeah, but I don't know. You can also say that the Lead and Key have a subterranean temple in a deceased god. That's pretty dingy and scary. Yeah, good to see you, Sunday Blips. Yeah, he gets angry, basically.
Fine. Speak to them for all the good it'll do you. I'm sure the discussions will be fascinating.
Well, that is very rude, Caveman Azo.
Hmm?
Be sure to make a complaint with your HR department. Well, they're not really HR, because I don't work with you, but still. I feel like a fight's coming up. This is my face? Is this my face? Tell me! It's your face, dude. Leave it alone. Thundering sky, rain of blood, innocents must drown. Oh, that's a bit dramatic. Graham, this man has the look in his eyes of a hunted animal, and at your approach he staggers backward to the far corner of his cell, halfway appearing as though he would climb the walls as if to get him farther away from you. You can't hide from me, Lead and Key spy! He cries out, a bizarre primal utterance like nothing you have heard. Graham looks at you blankly. It is unclear whether he understands you or not, but his panic has momentarily subsided. He opens his mouth to speak, but the words that come out are half-formed, as though his tongue were cut out. They are impossible for you to discern, if they indeed are his words at all. The mutilations of animancy, cruel than any torture, to disfigure the soul. Let us return the favor of the animancers of this shit heap. Wow. Durance. Man, I need higher perception. Freyol said you were being treated by Caveman Azo. He looks at you with uncertainty. Slowly, tentatively, he steps closer to the front of the cell. And as he does so, for the first time, you can perceive his soul within your ken. It is mishappen, as though maimed by some jagged instrument, and large expanses of it have been gouged out entirely. You feel no barriers of resistance. If you wanted to, you could look further into Graham's soul. You project outward toward the maimed soul in front of you, merging with it, its confusion and fear becoming yours as it whisks you into its depths. You're in a cell. A key turns. A door creaks upon neglected hinges. Thoughts come to you in waves. Incomplete, broken, fearful. Standing at the door is a rotund, balding man. His upper teeth and pointed nose remind you of a rat. He beckons apologetically. You don't want to go. Anything else? In your mind is a single word, and the word is no, but it dissolves before it reaches your lips. You press against the back wall. Cornered, you cry out. In darkness, you fight against the unseen restraints. You cannot move your arms or legs. Excuse me. In darkness, you fight against unseen restraints. You cannot move your arms or legs. The man walks into the room carrying a lit candle. Its meager flame casts the long shadows across books and machinery. Straps bind your arms and legs. Cold metal circumscribes the crown of your head and the breadth of your chest. The man is sorry. He's in need of raw materials. They dismantled his work and he needs another source. He needs to show them he was right. He thanks you. Then he turns the knob and you feel begin to crack from within, and you can feel the pieces of you torn away, like having your insides chewed by a horde of rats, and you are screaming a scream you can barely hear. Another night, heavy footsteps outside your door, coming for you. You look through the slit in the door, a flesh giant, the artificial being just outside, but facing left, facing the end of the hole. The boy there. The boy looks with interest at the giant, then collapses to the floor like a shed snakeskin. The giant convulses for a moment, then rights itself, turns away, and leaves, decoupled from Graham's soul. Graham looks at you, still wild-eyed but somehow more present. He nods at you, then walks back to the end of his cell. Speak to the patient at the end of the hall. Ushgrim. A willowy adolescent boy stands in the center of the cell, gawkish and stoop-shouldered. He stares straight ahead, the occasional blink his only movement, and it is unclear whether he registers your presence at all behind his glossy, doll-like eyes. In this state, the barriers between your soul and his are thin and porous, easily bypassed if you wish to see it. You close your eyes and edge forward toward the boy's soul. As you near, a sudden malaise comes over you. You are cold and warm all at once, sweating and shivering and straining for breath, as you did on the caravan journey. Your soul, the soul you approach, is the wrong one, a parasitic plant that strangles its host. It is predatory and pitiless, and you have crossed paths with it before. Too late does it occur to you to retract, and already you feel yourself plunging into some interminable abyss of thought and memory. You are standing in a cell now, the same cell in the sanitarium. The halls are moonlit and empty, and you are waiting. At the far end of the ward, the door opens, revealing a flesh golem in silhouette beneath the stone archway. It makes its usual rounds, the same stops every night. This misbegotten child of despondent creators. When the construct is close, you coil yourself up and spring forward, passing out of the boy's body as though it were a membrane. You can sense his body behind you collapsing on the floor, a puppet whose strings are cut. You are rushing toward the golem now, bodiless as a gust of wind. Quickly, you think to yourself quickly, and you feel the strength hemorrhaging from your soul as you dart towards the makeshift abomination. You pass into the golem's shell and overtake the soul implanted within, encircling it, suppressing it, and contained in this new vessel. You are strong again. You step heavy-footed down corridors, unheeded by the other constructs, and scrutinized only by the wary, untrusty eyes of the mad, coming at last to an office piled with books and scribbled papers and the perverse implements of animancy. You set your oversized hands upon a large machine, a nest of globes and tubes and coils at the center of the room. Go to work, bending wires on unsettling alignments. Your surroundings are pulled past you, or perhaps you are pulled past them, and they dissolve into a blur. When they settle into place again, you are outside on a clear day, standing in front of a crowd, stacked high above you on the tiered seats of an amphitheater. You are acting for the crowd, standing deliberately still, but this is no play. A balding man with rodent-like features is strapping you to a machine, the one you had tampered with. You see your arms for the first time, short and fleshy, unmistakably those of a little girl. But this body is not truly yours. Your mind still holds the same determination, the same hard-heartedness as before. The body itself is cold and vacuous, unlike the others. This one has no soul of its own. The man speaks to the crowd and applauds with an enthusiasm worthy of a hero's entrance. "Bear witness," he says, as he pulls a lever. The machine shivers and sparks, and a bead of sweat rolls down the side of a man's brow. But the crowd's apprehension quickly gives way to awe as a crystal globe fills with a radiant mist that casts the entire theater aglow. He opens a valve, and the glow crawls through a tube along the length of copper wiring that runs into a set of electrodes beneath your armpits. You feel nothing when it reaches you, as it should be, for you have been leading his work astray periodically for some time, altering notes and setting and playing puppeteer for Hollowborn, but you make it look how people would expect it to look when a body is infused with a soul. In a moment, the machine goes dark, and the man unstraps you, eyeing you with the scientist's concern. He looks back up to the crowd. "Behold," he says, but there is obvious hesitation in his voice. Slowly, you take a plodding step forward, then another, and another. You look up at the man, giving him the eye contact which no hollow-born is capable, and the crowd gasps. The man looks relieved. "How do you feel?" he asks at a volume meant for the crowd, and this is the moment. At the top of your lungs, you let out a piercing shriek. The man comes towards you, his hands outstretched, but you run the other way, back to the machine. With all your strength, you drive your head into the crystal globe, and it shatters, streaking your head with warm blood. You drive your head through the surface of the machine again and again, drawing panicked screams from the crowd, and by the time the man reaches you, your body has already ceased proper function. It merely twitches on the cold ground. Satisfied, you depart from the corpse in search of another unsuspecting host. Who could put their faith in animancy now? Wow. You are pulled again from your surroundings, transcending the boundaries of memories and lifetimes, deeper and deeper past betrayals and murders and lies upon lies that form the thick webbing of plots beyond mortal comprehension. You settle at last on a room you have seen before, expansive, with a tall device encasing an Adra monolith at its center. The room is filled with people, and the people all look at the device. You are yanked suddenly back to reality, and the once catatonic boy in the cell is looking directly at you, appraising, calculating. There is no mistaking it now that this is the soul of Theos Ix Arcanon, the man you have been searching for that gazes from that borrowed husk. A watcher. I believe we share a common past. I'm just looking for some answers. You've made me into a watcher. I need you to undo it. Not just a watcher, someone who will break those frail little legs of yours if you don't do exactly what I tell you. Is that so? He makes no effort to hide his disinterest, but he continues to search your eyes. He makes a slight grunting noise, and his eyes soften for an instant, and it seems for that moment that he recognizes you. He opens his mouth to speak, and then seems to think better of what he was about to say. His jaw tightens. I know your look, your hunger. You hunger. Hunger for answers that elude you. It gnaws at your soul. It usurps your reason for being. You are like everyone. I will help you let go. He dodges backward with startling grace, pulling himself out of reach. On his face there is no malice, only the dissipation of a farmer putting down the sick animal. Then suddenly, he slumps forward. Oh dear. Oh, okay. We're doing this. Here we go. Attack. Oh, hey, Sync, how you going? You just joined in for the epic fight. Ooh, okay. Let's put in a nasty fireball. Got Haravius with me. I think I'll get him to do that. Armor of Faith, let's do it. There we go. Also, Aloth got that soulbound weapon since the last time. Geared Harwinner's Stens. Lava Rule, Vion Seek. Yeah, I play this game that much. I now know what they say whenever they're trying to cast spells. Yeah. Lightning Bolt. Oh, I need you to get to your death and start stabbing. What can I get you to do? Ooh, this looks kind of nasty. Aha! Ooh, yeah. Ooh. Wow, you got wrecked. Oh, they're all immune to confuse and stuff.
Yeah.
That's no good. Endurance. A little help here. Oh, she's dead. Endurance. You're actually a little bit slow there, buddy. Actually, it's... Man, she fell down fast. Okay, Aloth, let's get you to just throw out some missiles. Oh, she's all fine, yeah. It's just a, just a upset stomach. Yeah, she's all good now. Thanks for asking though. Oh, people died. Cool. All right, get you onto the flesh construct. Oh dear. Oh, I have 120 points to spend. I'm going to do that. Yep. How much damage did that do? 56 raw damage. Oh, yes. That's the thing as well, like, with Cypher I'm able to do, like, crazy amounts of damage at, like, level 7 and 8. When, like, only the rogue started getting really high damage when, I was getting, like, closer to, level 15 and stuff. Well, at least higher level. I don't think it was 15. Alright, so we managed to get past that. It sounds like people are going a little bit nuts. Alright. I wonder how this is going to go down. I think there's more of them that have decided to start attacking. Yep, here we go. Ooh, there's a whole bunch. I recommend that. Endurance.
Moe. Ixi.
Need something?
What the hell? Get over here, groovy mother.
That's not very helpful.
Oh dear. Attack the other dude. Can I do anything? No. Let's get you to... nearly dead
That's
anyway.
it.
There we go. And I think
Yes.
I think if I remember last time. Whoa. I don't remember whites being in here. Oh, they said there's a whole bunch in the experimental wing. Oh yeah, of course. Get that bounding missile crap going.
Aye?
And you with your mind blades. Do I have mind blades on this one? I do. Mind blades. And that. Yeah, just whack him with the thing. Hey there, go. Ooh. Yep. There we go. Killing younglings like it's Fallout 2.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's true. In Fallout 2, you can hurt children. Oh yeah. I remember. I don't know if it was Indigo Gaming that said it. I think it was some other YouTuber who was like disappointed how in Fallout 3 you like can't hurt anyone in Little Lamplight, even though you think they're all little shits. Yeah, Fallout 2 is definitely on my list, but it's really one of those games that
How may I?
if there was really nothing else I had to play, I'd play it. Because it's like, oh, yeah, I've always wanted to do that, you know? But,
Help.
yeah. Let's see if Edda can take this guy out. Ooh, that's good damage. Good on you, Edda.
Need some?
Get you to get ranged. That's right. They have really high fortitude, but really low reflex. Yeah, Wasteland 3, I've heard good things. Like Shalashashka and Indigo have said, oh yeah, I really like playing this game, so... I don't know what I'll do after I finish the main story in Pillars. I was talking with Novum, the Reasonable Gamer, and he's like, you have to play White March. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I love Pillars and everything, but I want to play a different game after this. My little children! I'll do the whole Mind Blades thing. Is it Mind Blades? What's it called? It's called Mind Blades. And you... just... magic missile. See what I mean? Like, I've now gotten pretty powerful in Pillars that I can just kind of... I don't really need to focus on, like, tactics. I just, like, walk in there and just right-click it and it starts dying. See? I'll just left-click it. And it'll die. Done. And then the flesh construct. Only when there's, like, more than one of these flesh constructs, you have to be careful. Thinking of grabbing another energy drink.
Certainly.
Feeling a little bit, I don't feel tired, but I think I might go for another one. Yep, we can go back in this place now and steal that thing. They're weak to, reflex-based attacks. I'll show you next time if we come across one, but I'll show you on the UI. I don't know about corrosive, maybe. I'll have a look. I don't know if I'm going to come across one. I think I've killed them all. Oh, I'm sure there has to be more. There we go. Alright, so cursor over it. Well, I can't then... But look in the top left-hand corner, right? So we have defenses. So that's like... If I roll hypothetical d20 to try and hit, like... hitting... The deflection is the leftmost one. So that's deflection. That means, like, it would reduce the amount of damage that I do by that much. It has a really high fortitude with the, you know, flexing guy. Agility is, well, reflex, which is that, the Hermes foot looking thing. And then willpower has very low willpower as well. Damage reduction, sorry, that's deflection. It's not, doesn't take off damage. It's the thing that bypasses, like, a generic attack. Like a sword and shield and stuff. Sword or weapon and whatever. Oh shit, sorry. Damage reduction 4? Doesn't know because I need to actually start hitting it to build it up. Has a damage reduction to slash, bludgeoning, fire, and frost. So it has none to corrosive. So corrosive would actually be really good. But to be honest, these things are pretty easy to kill. Yeah, I did a lot actually in the 2 weeks in which I did stream. I fought a dragon. That was pretty cool. I had to swap out a few characters to get the ideal party, but yeah.
Certainly.
Am I going to be attacked more? Nope, cool. Well, you have to pay a visit to that caveman Azo guy. Be like, what the fuck, man? Yeah, he's there. What have you done? I didn't do anything, man. I did sweet FA is what I did. You had this shit in place. What you were doing was dangerous. Mind you, you did have a member, the Grand Master of the Leaden Key, fucking up your experiments. So, you know, I don't want to keep on killing people. I'm just going to head out of here. I've done enough damage. I wonder if this person's okay. Well, at least I can loot this place now. Ripley, I required more copper tubing for my next experiment. Do not requisition it from the sanitarium stores. I do not have the time to deal with Head Warden's inevitable questions. Righto.
I shall make it so. It's done.
Ooh. Patient records. Subject is female, mid-40s, awakened to a past life of a serial murderer which now frequently emerges as the soul's dominant personality. Subject vacillates between violence and severe depression resulting from guilt of past deeds. Weak candidate for present research. Northward patient, Graham. Subject is male, approximately early 30s. Powers of speech absent, presumably as a result of the overfragmentation of his soul. As such, he is the ideal subject for present research. However, experimentation has caused severe pain and induced panic. I have had to enlist the aid of the guards in transporting him for more recent procedures. Ugh. Not that good. Idelman, the Midnight Man. Subject is male, mid-20s, displays acute dissociation and paranoid delusional tendencies, causing anger and extreme violence. Dangers of working with subject preclude possibility of further use in prison. That's the face stealer, I'm pretty sure. Ushgrim. Subject is male, approximately 17 years of age, admitted for episodes of catatonia followed by occasional violent outbursts. Initial analysis of soul revealed severe fragmentation and essence deficiency. Said deficiency all but eliminates the possibility of utilizing the subject in present research. Oof. So you can see how the animancy and everything it does is always written as very clinical. Like even saying stuff like subject, you know, they don't refer to them, you know, well obviously in the records it says the name of the person, but they say subject, which is it connects with a lot of the language that we use in our current world of, well not current world, probably older stuff of, you know, patient analysis and all that sort of good stuff. The head warden must be told what's going on down here. Yeah, let's do that. I'm getting out of here. It's not safe here anymore. Damn straight. Let's get out of here. No, I haven't played Tyranny. Again, Novum, the Reasonable Gamer, brought that up. He's like, you gotta play Tyranny because, like, I mentioned something about how, like a story. I mentioned something like, wouldn't it be really bad if this I think I mentioned the sort of stories I like to him in I have him on Discord and I was having a chat with him. And I said something like, I like these sort of stories. And he's like, if you like that story, you'd like Tyranny. I'm like, I do have it. I just haven't installed it or anything yet, so. Oh, hello. What in the blazes happened down there? You were given permission to ask questions. I had things under control until I killed the leaden key spy, at which point he possessed a flesh construct. It's complicated. A patient of yours, Ushgrim, was working with the leaden key, only without knowing it. I think I'm CRPG'd out, or at least real time with pause. Yeah, I think at points you can get kind of burnt out by certain types of combat. Like if I bring over Jazera, the main character here, if I bring her into Pillars of Eternity 2, definitely doing what's turn-based. You know, they put that in there as an update in Pillars 2 last year, I think. So definitely got to do that. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to play after this. There's too many games to play, honestly. Even after I've like kind of narrowed down the sort of scope of games I want to play, it's still just impossible to actually pick the game I'm going to play. Because there's also stuff that comes up like, oh, this looks good. I'll play this for like 1 hour, and you end up playing like 20 hours of it. Like, last night I'm into shorter, tight games nowadays. I think that if you if you were a game developer nowadays, the best thing to do is to just make games that people can hop in for like 20 hours and just hop out, you know? Like that's what they did with Outer Worlds. And you know, that's like a 20-hour game. I think it was a 25-hour game, I think. You play it for that long, story ends, that's it, you know? And you go, wow, it's a really good story, really good whatever. And that's it, you know? Anyway, let's get around to this. Complicated. I have read accounts of people in history who could do what you describe. The accounts are few and brief and never reliable. Some go as far as to suggest they were all the same person. If truly such a person was here amongst us, plotting our ruin, would that I had a body again, and could be of some real use to our time of need. I fear what the future may hold for this place. I am grateful you were able to dispatch the threat before there was loss of innocent life. We very nearly had another scandal on our hands. What of Azo? What part did his experiments play in the catastrophe? Okay, so I have to be careful here. Azo was Azo was only trying to help the patients. The Leaden Key took advantage of him. I reckon it's that. I reckon it's that, honestly. As much as he was bordering on unethical, I think my character would sympathize with Azo and be like, he was only trying to help. And the Leaden Key took advantage of him. Oh, have a good one, Sunded. Leaden Key found a way to interfere with the sanitarium without even... They took advantage of him. I should have known better than to isolate him. Of course he would resort to deception. The wiser thing would be allow his experiments with close oversight, of course. A mind like his must be allowed the chance to create. Yes. See, this is the main thing that I think in both Pillars 1 and 2, that regardless of my character, I think this actually reflects more my personal value, was that the Animancy needs a regulatory thing to look over them. Like an ethics council or something to be like, yeah, perhaps don't torture people. Okay, so I gotta go to Hadrit House now.
Oh?
Now, for those watching, I think after this it will... I should probably say. After this, it will reach a point where it's called the Animancy hearings. So what happens is the Duke goes...
Yes.
The Duke calls a hearing so that people are like, alright guys, Animancy seems pretty iffy. Should we allow it or not allow it? And you get called as, I don't know, like an expert or something to be like, what's your opinion on this, man? And you're like, well, yeah, you can decide whether it's good or bad. I had a look, because often I don't like spoiling the main thing of a quest, because I want to sort of see it roll out as I'm playing. But as it's my second playthrough and I'm deliberately trying to get the full story so that when I write the script, I have all that information there. So I think I have the tools in front of me to be able to make sure that the Animancy hearings go okay. That you know, they don't fucking burn the sanitarium to the ground or anything. Alright. Actually, I'm gonna grab that second drink. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I decided to grab a thing of water, because apparently talking makes your throat dry. feel like I'm in a TED talk. Dramatic pause to drink water. So now we're going to talk to Lady Hadrit and tell her all the shit that went down. And she's voiced, so it'll give me a break.
How fares your search?
There is something I can tell you about the Leaden Keys operations.
Well, let's hear it.
I found Theos in Brackenberry Sanitarium impersonating a patient. He was trying to damage the public's opinion of animancy.
Forgive me. It is unlike Theos to leave witnesses. He must be furious. He did not aid you as you'd hoped, I take it? Well, take heart. With any luck, when he has finished his business, he will surely come and find you again, if only to kill you while you sleep. This news of yours makes sense, of course. To dabble in animancy is to puzzle over the secrets of the gods. This would not be the Leaden Key's first action against it. But if this is connected to their other activities, we may be in for something on a much larger scale.
I agree.
The Leaden Key's conspiracy is clear now. They have used Engwithan technology to engineer Widewind's legacy, and they want people to blame animancy for it. As we speak, the Duke is holding hearings in the palace. He is listening to arguments for and against animancy. When they finish, he is expected to decide whether to outlaw it. It seems the Leaden Key has been pushing Deerwood down this path for some time. I, for one, would enjoy seeing their little scheme fouled up at the last moment. Our Duke must hear what you have to say. Unfortunately, the hearings are closed to the public, which makes the Duke inaccessible until they are completed. However, certain groups have been invited to attend. You might get in with one of them if you aren't above a little pandering. There are delegations from the Knights of the Crucible, the Dozens, and from House Dominel. If you can gain the support of one of those groups, that may be your best way in. See what you can arrange.
So I'm just going to step out. I'm going to pause. I'm actually going to call this file a new save animancy hearings, so that if I need to record this for my video, I'll be able to go back in and get that footage. Okay, so that's another thing as well. I didn't anticipate I would be siding with the Dozens, because the Dozens seem a little bit not very much with this character, but I accidentally grabbed the quest, and apparently if you accept the quest, it means you will not be able to side with the Knights of the Crucible. So I'm like, okay, it's better than siding with House Dominel, because they're bastards, and I already went with them in the last playthrough, so...
The hearings could end any day now. You mustn't waste any time in securing a way in.
Let's do it. Historical moment.
What of them?
Wouldn't they allow a guest of Dunree Row into the hearings?
We would only do that as a last resort. Walking in with one of the 3 invited groups puts you in a position of influence. Walking in alone as a representative of Dunreed Row would earn you distrust among all the rest. It seems our organization has a reputation for nosiness and manipulation, for whatever reason. It would be best if people did not see Dunreed Row's hand in this. Easier for them to embrace the truth.
So I'm not a friend of the Dozens? What do I need to do? I already did the quest, didn't I? I am apparently a ally of the Knights of the Crucible and a hero of the Dozens. What do I need to be to... let's check the actual quest. Hermit. Well, let's hope that all I need to do is actually just go see the Dozens and be like, hey, will you let me in? We're good buddies, right? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more, say no more. And for those watching the stream, you may or may not have seen my tweet asking about if I should stream on Twitch or not. I think what I'll do is I'll complete Pillars of Eternity, and I'll do the whole thing on YouTube. And then once that's finished, I'll try out Twitch for a few streams and see how it goes. Just because I just want to see if I can get a better audience on there. Not better, but like more people. And I did some research, and apparently like it's good to stream on YouTube if you have a good following from your channel. And since I only have like 1,000 subscribers, just above it, I don't think I'll be getting a lot of the audience from that small subscriber base, like, you know, like a lot of other YouTube streamers would be doing. So it might be actually more beneficial for me to try and get more of a audience on that and be like, oh, by the way, I run a YouTube channel. Well, not run. I have a YouTube channel. And just come over and watch my videos. I did like how in this playthrough I was able to get the Margaret fires lit. I think in the last one I was pretty anti-religious, so I probably told the Margaret, sorry, my brain shorted out there. The Margaret priest to get stuff basically. Yeah, I think I'll start streaming after Pillars, because I know there's one guy who watches my stream to kind of like just catch up on Pillars and be like, oh, that's what the story's about and stuff. So I'd hate to have it broken off. And plus, I'm one of those people that doesn't like breaking off their projects halfway through. Ah, here we go. So it's just I just need to talk to them.
Someone's got to keep the blazing Crucible Knights from leading us all to ruin, and the Dominels certainly aren't doing their part. But Wolfgren's still a man of the people. He's always been sensible in other matters. He'll hear us out eventually.
It'll be good to have you there under our banner. Someone's got to convince the Duke to abandon this folly. Ooh, well, I have to be deceptive.
Oh.
Because I'm going to say, yeah, keep Animancy. So under the oh, I'm gonna piss off the dozens if I do this. But that's the thing, is like, I really like this character to be a bit more Machiavellian, like unlike my last character, who was a bit more of a swashbuckler. And with her being of noble descent, that makes sense. Ooh, I should put on speed. Where are you? Come on. I'm wondering if I should get, like... I probably need to study up on, like, how to actually start a Twitch channel. Because I know there's, like, whole stuff with donations and becoming verified and... Not verified, but whatever their was it partnered? Twitch partner, I think they call it. I had to read up on it. Oh, hello, Kiki. You're awake, I see. Alright. Here we go.
How fares your search?
If I'm going to discuss this for you, I think it's time you told me everything about Theos. Yeah, she's on the bed. She's just over there.
I've told you everything you need to know.
but not everything.
It's only right that you know everything. When I was younger, before Dunreed Row, I had many suitors. These were fine-looking men of good stock, but I could see their thoughts, and they were unimpressive. Boys' thoughts. I toyed with their affections. I resented all of them. And then I met a man whose mind was a mystery to me. But he understood me. He knew me at a glance, told me things I didn't know about myself. He was neither handsome nor charming, but he was all I ever wanted. We made a game of my gift. He would ask me about people, and I would tell him what they were thinking. Sometimes the information was very sensitive. And then one day he asked me if I trusted him. I said I did. Next I knew I was donning a silver mask and swearing oaths to Woodica. Using my gift for the leaden key still felt like a game to me, so I did it. I did it because it pleased him.
It's pretty interesting.
I don't like living in the dark. It's a powerless, hopeless feeling. Every day I did things without knowing their purpose. Every day I loved a man without knowing his thoughts of me. I sensed that there were things he wanted to tell me. I sensed that he knew everything the leaden key was created to hide. But Theos was unyielding. One day I disappeared without a word. He would kill me for it, and I knew that. It's their rule. I just wanted to see him plunge the knife, because then I would know. But the day never came. He has left me to wonder. I have devoted my years to learning everything I could about him, in hopes I would find some clue as to who he really was, and why he felt he had to keep his secrets locked away. I have precious little to show for it. Just an old woman nagged by old thoughts. And that is truly everything I can tell you about Theos. I hope you will accept this embarrassing story as a show of my good faith.
I really like that, because I think one thing when writing characters that can mind read is like relationships would be so much different for them. You know, they would be able to anticipate what they think, what people are thinking, and you know, they really need to find someone who's quite intuitive and would be able to reveal things about them, the mind reader, to actually make the relationship interesting. In my own writing, there are characters that have psionic abilities, and that's one thing that I have worked in, is like, you know, the character does have trouble with relationships because he knows everything everyone's thinking. So it's good that they've worked that sort of aspect into this sort of character.
What of them?
The dozens have accepted me into their delegation.
Of all the groups, it is the dozens that the Duke fears most. If you have their ear, you will most certainly have Avar's. You need waste no more time here. Get to the palace. Make your case to the Duke. With him on our side, all of Deerwood can be mobilized against the leaden key, and Theos can be rooted out. I only wish I could be there to see it. There is a very old bottle of a very good brandy that I have been saving for a special day. If you hurry back afterward, there may be a little left for you. Off with you. You're going to do very well in there.
Aw, cheers, Lady Webb. Alright, let's get out of here. I do need to just quickly Google something. Animancy here. Is that it? Did I? Yep. I just need to look at it. Look at it. Unfortunately, you guys won't be seeing it. So I need to have Rational 2, Honest 2, Intellect 6, or Intellect 6. Perception 15, Mechanics 5. I do have high mechanics, so that would be good. Law 9. Yep. I'm just going to make sure that I have items equipped that have bonuses to... Sorry, let me get over the streaming. There we go. Alright, so I need to make sure that my... What do I have? Perception is 10. Intellect is 15. I need to have higher intellect. I need to search my items and see if I have anything that raises my intellect. I could still Khan his hat. I could steal his hat. No, I have to do it. I'm sorry, Khan. I have to steal your hat.
Certainly.
So, luckily, I'll just go to a tavern. I'll rest up, steal Kana's hat, and we'll head into the Animancy hearings. This will be pretty exciting. I actually don't remember what went down when I did this in my last playthrough. Yeah, I am the hat stealer. I think it was because, like, what happened was I played Pillars for a very long time, and then I had a massive break. I think it was because my son was born, and I didn't have much time to play as much video games as I do now. And yeah, and then I got back into the game, and I was like, "What the fuck happened?" And just like completely like had no idea what happened like the first few months before playing it. So that's why, like, doing all this stuff, I'm like, I don't remember this happening. I don't remember this happening.
Greetings.
Adventurers. Alright, so let's sort out the party. Grieving Mother, you can hop out.
I will wait in the place of your strength.
Give me your hat! That is a terrible hat. But I must have it for the stats. See, now I have 16 intellect. And according to this... Perception 15, Law 3. Perception... No, I have no perception. Here we go. So apparently when I am asked about Heritage Hill... I did Heritage Hill as well. Between the last stream and this one. Which is the one... So, like, the main quest for Act 2 is split up into 3 parts. You have Heritage Hill, you have Clearbarn Relag, and the stuff that happens in Brackenberry Sanitarium. I did 2 of them between this stream and the last. So, yeah. So I need intelligence, intellect 16 for that. On Heritage Hill, I need 2 things of honesty. Honest 2. You can see it right there. So that's fine. So for the sanitarium incident, I need rational. Rational 3. I'm good. And I need to pick the one where it says he should be held innocent. Okay, I think we're good. I think I'll take Kana with us. This is not as likely to turn into a brawl, so... I think we're good. I think we're good. Alright, let's head over to the first fires. It's gonna be interesting. Ow. Give a bump in my fucking elbow on this thing. I'm sorry, Kiki. Do. Got some on my face. That was interesting. All right. Guess we just head into here. Ooh, hang on a moment. Oh, Palagina's back from her little mission. Rod of Wind and Thunder, huh? Ooh. Well, that's interesting. Flora Deerwood unable to shift her original. So she was able to help those people. That's cool. There's other things, apparently. Oh, cool. That's finished. I don't know what to get next. Upgrading a barracks will allow you to employ hirelings to defend your stronghold. Let's do that. I definitely need that before I go on with that other quest coming up, which is the one where I go into battle to defend Cadnua from some asshole. Oh, hey, Kiki. Nah, Kiki's leaving the room. Oh, it's places reserved for me on the balcony. Let's go. Oh, shit, I should definitely save. So if I fuck this up, it's gonna be another few minutes of getting back to here. Yep. Here we go. The room below is animated amidst a heated debate. All the representative groups are easily discerned in the crowd. Crucible Knights, stiff in their noisy armor, sit in one section. In another are well-dressed members of House Dominel, casual, watching with the Predator's interest. Still elsewhere are the ramshackle dozens who have made no special effort to dress up for their liege lord. Interspersed are animancers in their academics' robes with expressions either sour or concerned.
Well then, answer me this, Master Barash. If you animancers represent our best hope to cure the legacy, what progress can you demonstrate?
As I've said, it isn't about progress, it's about potential.
My house would agree, Your Grace. We see great potential in its future.
And I suppose your blazing profits during the legacy don't have nothing to do with that, do they, Dominel? You can't have it both ways no more! Animancy goes, or this country goes!
Oof.
So you admit, Master Barask, that animancy is no closer to stopping the legacy than it ever was.
No, we've had many promising experiments. Cadman Azo has shown...
Cadman Azo murdered a child. For a complete failure. We should be hanging him right now for what he done. The dozens won't stand for it.
The experiment failed, yes, but his...
Ah, our new delegate from the dozens. What makes you say sabotage?
I met a false patient in Brackenberry Sanitarium who had tampered with Azo's machinery.
The fuck's that even matter? These are people who would toy with the lives of our children.
Don't care, mate.
Indeed. Even assuming there was sabotage, is this Animancer Azo not still accountable here?
Those who know me around here know me to be fair in judgment. Cadman Azo should be held innocent.
Horseshit! These Animancers can't be trusted! Look at what happened in Heritage Hill! Our supposed protectors from Crucible Keep can't even clean up the messes Animancy leaves!
Are you sure this is your delegate, Adric?
She won't be for long, making claims like that.
Your Grace, we'd have a much easier time of it if our knights weren't so occupied trying to keep their organization from igniting a revolution on our very doorstep.
Heritage Hill is blood on your hands, Justicia! You turn a blind eye, and look what happens.
I have been to Heritage Hill since the quarantine. Though the knights were unable to control the damage, it was not animancy, but an ancient machine that caused it. It was not the workings of animancy.
some strange taste in travels, friend. The height of your tales expands with every breath.
My word is my oath. I challenge anyone here to find someone who knows different.
I had heard whispers of a new delegate set to attend today's hearing. I admit that your candor was mentioned more than once. Tell us what you saw in Heritage Hill.
Ter Noneth? Damn these Glanfathan names. Ter Noneth houses an Engwithan machine that holds dominion over the flow of souls. It was this machine that made the district undead. Do you think that was the machine's purpose, or just a dire side effect? But then, why would the Engwithans build such a machine at all?
Even if it is as you say, we have testimony that a group of animancers have been spending time there. Surely their tinkering has something to do with this.
I don't know if you guys heard that. It sounded like it echoed quite a bit. I need to scoot forward a bit. Apparently, I'm really out of focus. There we go. There we go. That freaking smart hat, Intellect 16. Their presence doesn't prove cause. This testimony is not evidence. It is a guess.
Animancy has many enemies. You need only look around this room to see it.
Again, that's another echoing one that I can't... Is it? Oh, that's why. Maybe it's because I don't have surround sound on. No, that's still doing it. Huh, wrong bridge indeed.
It's about a bunch of so-called intellectuals fucking with the natural order, while the rest of us gotta suffer for it.
Is it, though? Should we not take the time to reach a clear conclusion? I mean, what proof do we have?
My son and daughter are buried beneath the floor of my house. We don't own no land, so that's where we lay them. My son, my wife let him slip when she was bathing him. Got water in his lungs, he couldn't cough up. My
It's
daughter,
terrible.
we put her to bed one night, and the next morning she wasn't breathing. This Hollowborn thing, it ain't ending. And it ain't ending because we still let these charlatans play God. There's your proof, you damn copper fucker.
See, this is the thing, is like, he's blaming animancers for the deaths of his children, when it's like, oh, the reason why this Hollowborn thing is happening is because we're letting animancy just run wild. When it's like, I get the emotional context of why he's doing this, but he has no hard evidence that animancy is causing the Hollowborn crisis.
Enough, Adric. Lady Dominel makes a point. If it's animancy, then why do the other states that permit the practice not suffer the same fate? Who among us can say he truly understands why the legacy has taken hold here?
I can. Right idea, Watcher. Taking this hearing by the curly ones. Don't waste your chance. Widewind's legacy is the creation of the Leaden Key. Caedmon Azo's downfall was their work, as was the tower in Heritage Hill. They want you to do this. They want animancy to fall. I have seen them in the ruins of Air Glanfath, operating machines that disrupt and redirect the flow of souls near towns like Gilded Vale and Deerford, where the legacy is universal. As a watcher, I have heard their dead confess their plot. They are stealing the souls of the unborn.
Beasts. Another lunatic at the hearing. Did you remember to lock your sanitarium before you left, Master Barask?
Could be diplomatic. You shame order by talking to me like that. If, as the Duke says, no theory has more proof than any other, what is the harm in hearing one more?
You must know, friend, that the Leaden Key is a mantle for small-time ruffians and children at play. I'm not saying you're a liar. Not yet. But you'd better start making sense of all this. help us believe you.
Ooh, I don't have that requirement. What's more likely, that the gods are destroying Deerwood for a science practiced in many parts of the world, or that a group of people hates animancy and wants it suppressed? Another guess. Throw her on her ass, Your Grace. She's wasting our time. Mechanics. Yes! I have seen these machines with my own eyes, and they operate by mechanisms only someone with ancient knowledge would understand. No group but the Leaden Key traces that back that far.
I don't know about all of this.
Well, at least he's wavering.
You've made an unexpected case, friend. I'll say that much. It seems we have a new possibility to consider, at the very least. How was it you came to learn all this?
The martyrs of the dozen supported my search for answers. I took a personal matter. Yeah, I don't know. Should I kind of do a shout out for the dozens, or just be like, yeah, it's me, I did all this? Yeah, this character would do that.
Indeed. This land is foreign to you, unless I miss my guess. Your efforts on its behalf are to be commended. But these hearings are about more than Widewind's legacy, even though that is our most pressing concern. Let's say for the moment that I were to take you at your word that our friends in Brackenbury Sanitarium and their peers bear no responsibility for this curse upon my country. I'm curious, what would you do if you were in my position?
Okay, so we have allow animancy to do their work, explore questions we all wish. Ooh. Theater Snuff Act. Oh, yeah, that one. I think I know something about that. I'll look into that later. Okay, so we have animancy should be studied in Deerwood. If you don't, someone else will, and they will wield great power over you. No. I gotta keep my fingers off the thing. I'm so paranoid I'm gonna accidentally click it. The animancers of Deerwood have been given too long a leash. The practice should be restricted and controlled. No, not controlled, but at least have like some sort of committee that looks over them and be like, what you doing there? In truth, I'm not completely confident. Well, it's going in a spectrum downwards, so they explore questions we all wish to understand. Oh, okay. I'll have to look that up later and see how I can get that quest. I hope it's not in... Do you know if it's in the Defiance Bay? Because if it is, I might have to try and do it before... Because I know after this, there's a chance that the city's locked off. Like, you can't get back into the city for, like, the rest of the game. Oh dear. I think I might have missed it then. Kiki's being a diva. Okay, okay. I'm just gonna go with the top one. Alof shakes his head. Hey, Novum, how you doing? Animancers serve their own ambitions and their own purses. Giving them this power is like setting a child loose in the armory.
Very well. That is all I wish to hear. Not just from you, but from everyone. Many days we've been at this. It is time we put it to rest.
Yes.
I want to thank the delegations for helping me to collect my thoughts. In particular, I want to thank our new delegate, who has given me much to think about, and who alerted me to a new enemy I had failed to see. The time has come to choose a direction for the Deerwood. I am ready to make my pronouncement. Ramir D. Barash, representing the interests of animancers in Deerwood, step forward.
Your Grace.
Ooh. I don't remember this.
It occurs to me now that my concerns about animancy may not outweigh its value.
Forgive me, Your Grace. We will accept no judgment but our own.
What's he doing?
No, wait!
Stop this at once!
given you every chance to end this pursuit. Shall I end it for you? Another time. I am already late.
Quick, after him. The words, "Shall I end it for you," ring in your ears. You find yourself gasping for breath, struggling to keep your own balance. You drop to your knees, watch Theos hurries out of the building. The world dims around you. The squims? The screams and clashing of weapons fading to a silence. All that remain are the words.
Shall I end it for you?
Theos stands at a pulpit, high above an assembly of robed onlookers. You among them, clustered around a wide circular carved pit of stone. He addresses a woman bound backward over a large iron wheel overlooking the great stone maw. Many of the woman's fingers and toes are severed, and the bottoms of her feet are charred black. Oh yeah, that old thing. The skin on one side of her face looks like it's been melted candle wax, black and red and seeping. And the angle of her back suggests a spine in ruins. Yet for all that, her expression betrays little of her anguish.
I am already at peace, Grand Inquisitor. Are you?
So be it. If you desire no end, you shall have none. I find you guilty of heresy. May the eternal prison bar your soul from passage, for it is beyond redemption.
He nods to a hooded attendant, who begins untying her from the wheel. Kiki? Jazera was granted dominion of the sleepers. Helpless? Oh, she's behind the thing. Kiki. Kiki. Hey. Cal. What are you doing? You're caught in all the cables. Come on. Come on. You okay? Oh, okay. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's okay. It's okay. Poor thing. Oh, I know. Sorry, Kiki got stuck behind the desk. My wife's work desk, I mean. Okay, you open your eyes to the beamed ceiling of the palace's grand entry hall. The clangs of metal striking metal waft in the outside alongside the cries of the injured as you stagger to your feet. Theos is gone. Edda leans in, upside down in your side as he peers down at you from above. Hey, you're alive. Can you move? We shouldn't stick around. When deer woodens get stirred up like this, they start burning things. Off to one side, you hear the clinking rustle of chainmail, and you look over to see a guard wounded slumped against the wall. He is trying to say something, seemingly directed at you, but at first it is too faint to hear. He gathers his breath and manages to rasp out a few words. Lady Webb. She's the only... She must be told. She'll know what to do. Please, find her. Tell her. Tell her everything.
Yes.
Let's go. And we gotta go. Yes, we do. Hey, how you doing? Don't go out there. There's rioting in the streets. Oh, shit, son. Well, where else am I supposed to go then? Yeah, anyone who's chiming in right now is in for a good time. Yeah, I'm glad I saved this part of the game for the stream. Oh dear, that's a lot of fire. Storm the Bastille! Where am I supposed to go? I need to get to Brackenberry. Ooh, a whole bunch of people are hurt. Seen him at the sanitarium. Oh dear. No, don't hurt the Animancer. Wait, what? Wait. Do they actually kill him? Oh dear, they do. I can't talk to the commoner. Maybe I can reason with them. Anyway, I need to give Kana his hat back. Here you go, Kana.
Yes.
Get around. Yep, don't mind me. Kiki, are you doing it again? Whoa! Okay. How'd you get up there, girl? There's some very precious statues up there. Don't rub against Cthulhu, okay? Sit with me for a bit? Yeah, it's true. My last cat wasn't really like that, though. She was a bit more, didn't climb things as much. I'm not used to it. Oh, man, they burnt down the sanitarium. So I don't know, I like, supported them pretty strongly as well. I don't know if I could have really prevented that. Either way, I did what I could. Oh dear, that's a lot of dead dudes. Yeah, until the epilogue. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you do support them in the Animancy hearings, like, everything kind of goes back to normal a little bit. I'm hoping. We'll see what it's like. Oh man. Yeah, it's really not looking good around here. I don't want to loot their... Oh. They've got lots of money on them. Hang on, gang. Before we see Lady Webb, let's take their money. I'm sorry. Okay, so here we go. Lady Webb lies still in her bed, an ornate cushion propping her back upright. The blood pooled beneath a gash in her chest is tacky and nearly dry. A shattered glass rests on the floor beneath her dangling hand. You can feel the faint aura of her fading essence in your ken. He can't use it anymore. We can. Kiki, I heard that. Where are you? Oh, she left. You make contact and are immersed in a torrent of sensory input and experience. When it calms, you find yourself in the same room, lying in bed with a glass of brandy in your hand. Through the walls from the streets outside come sounds of screams and shattering glass and the cacophony of an angry mob. You take a sip and it warms your gullet. Across the room, the door opens behind a patient, steady push. Into the room walks Theos. The floorboards creaking beneath the deliberate steps. You wait until the last of the brandy has trickled down your throat before you speak.
I was a fool to think I could tame these people.
You came closer than most.
A fine epitaph.
No worse than any.
You are concentrating, focusing with all your energy. It feels as though you are diving into a stone wall over and over again, but it cracks suddenly, unexpectedly, allowing the vaguest wisp of a thought to leak through.
What's in Twin Elms?
Did you pull that from my thoughts?
I've had time to practice.
Ah.
He walks over to a small table and raises a half-empty brandy bottle to eye level. He seems to approve of the selection and begins to reach for an empty glass.
I was saving that for someone.
Pity. You know this is how it has to be.
He draws a long curved knife from his belt, smeared with fresh blood. With his left hand, he gently pins your sternum as he raises the knife in the other, its point dangling above your heart.
Prove it.
Theo slips the knife between your ribs and pushes it through. Layers of tissue separate with brittle, papery stiffness, and blood wells up around the blade. A pulse of reflex causes you to drop your glass onto the floor, and you hear it shatter. With the last of your strength, you take his knife in both of yours, a question radiant in your mind. For an instant, to your great surprise, the pathway to his mind is left open to you, unguarded, and the answer comes, simple, cataclysmic in its reordering of your thoughts. As Lady Webb, you feel as though you have an answer you've searched for all your life, but in your own mind. Her understanding lies just beyond your reach. You look back at Theos with the wide eyes of someone seeing for the first time, and draw your last breath as a black, velvety darkness descends over you.
Smoke rises above the city walls in billowing plumes that blacken the sky like a storm. Behind the walls, the riots rage on. Known patrons of Animancy are forced into hiding as looters ransack their estates and make off with their possessions. Animancers are torn away from their families and dragged from their homes to be stoned to death in the streets. Word had spread immediately that Duke Avar had been assassinated, and that an Animancer was to blame. The city wasted little time in exacting revenge, and little effort into evaluating guilt. In the center of it all, Brackenberry Sanitarium burned. And down the lane, Hodred House, the last bastion of stability in the Deerwood, had fallen silent. Now safely outside the city gate, your path points eastward to Twin Elms, where Theos is bound, for reasons that remain mysterious as the Leaden Key itself.
Alright then, we're on to Act 3, I guess. Now, I might want to switch up the party a bit, because now we're going to be working with stuff like...
Yes?
We might be able to do that when we get over here. Yeah. Stormwall Gorge is open, so I can lead through there now. As you cross the bridge, Alof draws up beside you. The fires of Defiance Bay cast a shivering, flickering light across one half of his face, the other in darkness.
Please stop. I need to tell you something. I have not been entirely honest about my motives for traveling with you up to this point. When I finished my training in Adir, I was introduced to an organization. All I knew was that they were opposed to the unchecked spread of Animancy, and that they could guarantee me postings far away from the Seathwood my father and his Earl. At that time, it was enough. In the early years, I thought of them as many things. Hooded men, prudent teachers, the Leaden Key. Their rules were strict, but their guidance was clear. I sincerely believe they wanted to keep Kith from the folly of their own foolish ambitions. I came to the Deerwood a little over a year ago. My orders were to gather information on Animancy in the region. A senior contact met with me every few months to receive my reports and issue new leads. She sent me to Gilded Vale to keep an eye on events surrounding the local lord, but I lost track of her shortly after that. I don't know if she was reassigned, killed, or sacrificed the way you saw. At the time you met me, I'd been on my own for a couple of months.
That's true, actually. Isilmir doesn't pop up as much in the second. And I felt that his character was a little bit flimsy. Like, I think it's kind of like they didn't know what to do with him. Like, in this, he has, like, a direct tie to the Leaden Key, so they were able to be like, oh, twist, or, well, not really a twist, but a reveal. He's with the Leaden Key, like, oh my god. But, like, in the second one, he's like, oh yeah, I'm still kind of, you can decide whether or not he's with the Leaden Key, or he's broken down the leaden key, I'm pretty sure. So that's interesting enough, but... Because I picked the thing in my first playthrough, I did the whole take over the leaden key, but change what they do, basically. You knew I was coming.
I couldn't have. I'd been out of contact with my superiors for months. I needed some kind of direction. After that scrape with the locals, I was ready to get out of town. But then you mentioned the ruins, but you refused to tell me what you'd seen. I was sure then that it had something to do with the leaden key. And I was correct in a way. What we found wasn't what I expected. I knew the leaden key was trying to stop animancy, but I didn't realize how far they'd gone. Murder, sabotage, abandoning entire districts to shambling horrors. And now the whole city is up in flames. I'm still not sure about animancy, but I know I've been following the wrong master. Please, accept my apology, and my service. Let me fight with you to stop Theos.
Yeah, I would have liked Kana back. Definitely. See, alright, so I don't feel like, you know, he was led astray. Like, he was under the impression that the leaden key were just there to stop animancy, and now he's like, whoa, 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 no, this isn't, he didn't want to drink the Kool-Aid, so to speak, so I'm not as angry at him as I was in the last game. As long as you don't forget who is in charge. I forgive you, Aloth, but I want you beside me, not behind me. I'm not asking you to trade one master for another. I'm finished with you. You've been working for the very people who are trying to kill me. I think that's a bit harsh. I don't think apology accepted is the thing either. I'm not asking you to trade one master for another. I think that one's probably the best one.
That would be an honor.
Let's go.
Yes.
Alright, so I do want to get back to Cadnua. Refresh myself, so to speak. Yeah, so I don't know if Sundered Blips is still in the chat, but yeah, that quest you mentioned, that's now completely... I cannot get to it anymore. I thought I did a lot of the quests in Defiance. I did a lot more than I did before, I know that much. Because I didn't even get high reputation in Defiance Bay before the Animancy hearings.
It keeps coming along nicely.
Yeah, I wasn't even able to do Edair's quest in the last one. I think I may have mentioned that already, but yeah. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do about White March.
Say what you want about Dear Woodens. They haven't met the problem yet that they couldn't solve by killing some scapegoats.
You fight for people because you see something that they're that's weird. You see something that deserves defending. Even more so because you trust someone you trust sees it too. Then you turn around and they do something like this, and the person who made you want to help them is gone. Fight for people because you see something, then you turn around and they do something like this, and the person who made you want to help them is gone. People who never fail to disappoint without guidance. Heh, not the ones around here. They're damn right regular about it. 15 years ago they tried to kill all the Elethasians. Then the legacy happens and they worry that maybe those purges had something to do with it. So how do they fix it? More purges. Never thought I'd find myself missing the hospitality back home. Oh, I have more powers. Oh, yeah, that's right. One per rest. Watcher peers into the sleeping memories of all previous lives, drawing upon their powers. That's pretty cool. It's one per rest, so I have to keep it. I have to be careful with when I use it. So, we get to go to the Twin Elms soon. That'll be fun. Okay. Well, maybe I'll check in with Durance. Hey. I thought I could sleep here. Oh man, no bonus. What a load of hogwash. Barracks construction completed.
What?
Oh, sorry.
And what must you say now? If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skidding your knuckles on the wrong door.
Why were we supposed to meet?
The why of it is you're a watcher. A watcher runs two roads for why. For me, it's more of a matter of what. There was a time when I wouldn't have spared a thought of your words, or even bothered with you, but now seeking out watchers is what I do. To put the truth to them, see which of the two ways they bend.
Yeah, true. I have to upgrade the sleeping quarters. Truth? What kind of truth? See, this is... I'm glad that I'm starting to see, in my analysis of the game for the script, I'm starting to see some things now that I think I'm on the right path. So seeing dialogue like this is really good. I have to come back again and... Actually, I think I'll come back to this. That's all, farewell. Because I want to record this. Can I back out of this? Okay, I'm going to save. So I can go back into this and record it. Because I'm pretty sure that's going to be important dialogue.
What? If doubts and...
There we go. What truth? What kind of truth?
Either you're a dry field in need of a harvest burning, he frowns for a moment, his eyes flat, or you're lost in the darkness. Either way, you can see differently from others.
He gives a half smile, then his tone becomes accusing. This fucking dickhead, always late in the night, just revs his fucking car through the street.
I can tell by the way you noticed the staff first off. Not many could see it at first, nor the etchings of the flames, but your eyes.
He stares at you most eagerly, nodding.
Your eyes traced the path, that I could see.
So which are you, a dry field or lost in the darkness?
The day we don't trade that question back and forth is the day our paths no longer need to be joined. And the trial is done.
You're putting me on trial, then?
You know this nation is diseased. We don't need to be a watcher to see it. See it in the children, the politics, the men that stalk the roads with knives in hands and murder in their eyes. This land needs life again. New seeds planted in the burned soil. And something tells me that you can see the path to making that future happen, Watcher. Your kind always do. So then, we need to make sure you see truly now. This nation, its people, don't need any more lies blinding them, nor do I. You test the truth. You don't blindly accept it.
That's true. How do you plan to test me?
Sharing the road, of course. One truth to match another, matching each other's pace, keeping rhythm. Other priests can keep their teachings and rantings. For my faith, my teaching, sharing the road is a simple, hard truth.
He smiles. His smile widens, and his hand taps against his waist. Once, then twice.
When you knock one truth against the leg of another, why, both legs stand firm. But now if you strike a lie at the knee with some force, his smile dies and his eyes narrow. Why, you make a cripple with but one leg to stand on.
You won't find my truth lacking.
The road is young, so are your words. The truth will win out. Keep pace, and we'll see. The cost of troubling me seems to worry you little.
Tell me about Margaret. Actually, I want to know more about you.
Endurance is an odd name. No more than Watcher. Endurance is not a name. It is a title. What does your title mean? Keep troubling me and I may extend the tithe bowl for each question. Enough questions for now. Let the road keep us until the next campfire. Huh. Endurance. You sketchy fuck. Alright.
Yes.
Let's get out of here. Oh, I've been talking to him
Yes.
quite regularly, actually. I'd say, like...
Better indeed.
I'd say only the last few hours have I been kind of a bit sketchy with him. What's happened here? Have I completed a new something? Okay, I've completed the barracks. Training grounds. Oh, I need to create a Bailey, apparently.
Yes.
What?
Whew. I didn't know he commits suicide if you fuck it up.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuck.
Yes.
I'll look it up on the wiki and see what needs to be done. Like, what is the good level of which, I'll need to,
Certainly.
like, I need to know at certain points if I'm slowing down, I need to speed up and shit like that, so we'll give it a go. He walks into a bonfire. Well, at least it's one metal way to die, Jesus. Okay, don't need Kana.
Safe travels.
Sagani I need. Whispering Mother. I'm doing well with Grieving Mother. I really want to get her quest done. Ooh, I need to dismiss someone else. Maybe Eder. Swap out Palagina for Eder. If that's the case, I'll cancel. Eder, give me all your shit. Make sure there's nothing that he's carrying that I'll need in the future. Get the key as well. He can keep these two things. That's not necessary. Constitution, I'll steal that. He can keep that. Take that. Just imagine this, like, metagame thing. It's just like, you know, my main character walks up to Eder and just starts stripping, and he's like, what are you doing? Take those boots, and I'll take the helmet. But these other things you can keep. You're fine. Yeah, you're cool. I'll take the hatchet. There you go. Let's swap you over.
You must gather your party
hey.
before
Oh.
venturing forth.
Oh, see you later, Eder.
See you when I see you.
Kana.
Safe travels.
I know, but I need to advance these characters. So I need to get Sagani and Palagina. I think I'll swap out Grieving Mother while I'm there. But see how I've never really not had Eder in the party. So this is gonna be weird. Because like when I get there I need to do these two do their quests. Actually, should I head to Raedric's Hold? Because of the thing that pops up later, or maybe go to Gilded Vale. I'll go to Gilded Vale. See how they're going. See if there's anything on my phone. Nope.
Certainly. Oh?
Oh, okay. Now, just go over there then. Stonewall Gorge. It's funny as well, like, I didn't get this, as I mentioned to you before, Novum, like, I didn't get this quest before, so... You don't need to tell me where he is. I'd probably like to find him by myself, but... If, like, I completely walk past him and you're like, dude, he's right there, feel free to let me know. Nah, I'll just do the main story. Oh, they both leveled. Gotta level them up. Alright. Survival. That'll do. Okay. No. Brutal takedown. Trains to inflict crush damage on opponents when using Okay. The thing is, takedown is pretty good. It adds another thing you can do per encounter, so I think I'll do that. I can't think of what I could give her in this situation, so... It does actually relate to Forgotten Sanctum because it talks about the gods' titans, like the vessels that they inhabit when they're when they're on the mortal world. Let's do that and a bit of that. That's good. Ooh. Wow, there's a lot here. Okay. I do like the idea of reviving exaltation. Commands an unconscious ally to get back up, giving a large but temporary spike to endurance, some of which will be lost after. They revive with 300, and they lose 53 after that. So, it's risky. But I think deprive the unworthy, 2 per rest. This is per encounter, so this is probably a better one. Next. Okay, what have I got next? Let's do survival again. Can't do anything. Greater lay on hands. Critical focus. Greater lay on hands. That sounds pretty good. 2 per encounter. That's good. Who knows? Maybe I might do White March outside of the stream. Just because I don't want people who are watching the main story to be slowed down. Yeah. I don't know. Like, if I suddenly get more time to do things, I might consider White March, but for the moment, I don't know. Like, there's been rumors about how the lockdown here in Victoria might be extended. So if that's the case, I definitely won't have time, because my kid will still be at home. So I definitely just won't have the time to do White March. But if, daycares open up again, I'll be able to... Oh, hello. She arrives at last. Oh, Leaden Key. You should have remained in Defiance Bay. But I'm glad you didn't have better sense. I've looked forward to this since you got in our way. It's her, the other one. Weren't we looking for her too? Yes. A dark-skinned woman with feathers. There can't be too many of your kind around these parts, can there? Oh, they're after her as well? And what would you be looking for me for, Amika? The same reason I'm looking for her. You should know, little bird. No one wants to hear songs about conspiracies. It just makes us want to wring your neck. Any last words? Haven't you heard what I do to my enemies? Surrender unless you want a taste of my anger. You? Yes, I've heard. I've heard it too. Kills without blinking twice, this one. Oh. By the flame, Nelda, let it go. Shut up. I told you he had too big a mouth, boss. But if the oaf's got it right, I'm not here to die for nothing. Winds take you. At what point did I promise an easy job? How do I know you'll spare us if I give you up? You don't. Time to end this.
Yes.
There, here we go. Oh, I didn't structure the party properly.
Yeah. Yes?
What?
Let's do some fancy mind blades.
How?
I'm here.
Got anything good?
Yeah?
Oops, wrong one. Ooh, yeah. Having that takedown is a really good thing. Awesome. We did it.
Damn the ambassador. I told him there was a conspiracy. Again and again, I was ignored. Then the Duke's death, the riots, and now this. If the Leaden Key is targeting me, we need to warn the ambassador in first fires.
Well, yeah, we can try that. But the place is on fire now, Pallegina. So
Yes.
maybe another time. Oh, this is when I start getting fine equipment. Good, good. Let the loot flow
Certainly.
through you. Yeah, I know. Oh. Wonder if we'll come across Sagani's thing here. I think Sagani is actually a little bit further along though.
Audra Arch, dead ahead.
Oh no, it's right here. Cool. Yeah, I've completed her thing before. In the first playthrough, I managed to complete it successfully. All you need to do is get her to Twin Elms, and she speaks with the dude and is like, either says, yeah, let's have a trade partnership, or no trade partnership. So, I think we'll be fine there. Oh, here we go. Oh, hello. I need to change the freaking thing. Whoa, why is Durance in the front row? That is more like it, actually. There we go. That's better. Lots of Adra beetles.
I'm ready.
Okay. That is a lot of woo. Okay. What have you got? I need to get more time with you.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh.
I need to get that Adrican.
Ready, Watcher.
Need something?
Let's think. A lot of stuff to bunch it up. That does it. Yeah. Oh, I have like... I wonder if this will work. Immune to Charmed. Dominated. Ooh. I'm gonna try and target the Atrigan.
How may I help?
Get on!
Oh, she's about to die. Yes, got the Adragon on my side. Go into freak out form. They have pretty high fortitude. Might be able to get... Are you on full health? You're on full health. Oh man, I can't transform any of these into... Oh, because they have to be Kith, most likely. Did that one. Ooh, that really hurt. Where's Itumak?
Ready, Watcher.
Oh, they took out. Ah, that's not good. They're just doing a lot of damage very quickly.
Get on!
Yeah, that's a lot of them. Wow. Ooh. Can you lay on hands yourself? Oh, you're stunned. And the Adric. That's a fuckload of them.
How could I think anything could die the hairy fella?
That's a wife. Yeah, that's lotion. Wow, that was a shit show. Don't really know what happened. Probably just walked into it a bit too fast. Yeah. I played, my last playthrough, I played it on hard, not path.
Yeah. Audra Arch, dead ahead.
Yes, this time we will not walk into it so foolishly. I have to change the thing again. What was the main problem that screwed me up? Arabius. You can go in the middle.
Yes.
Yeah, I already did. Okay. Yeah, I tried to get to him, but he was stuck. Might do that.
Yes.
Okay. If you pick an ability, they do that thing, but I don't know if she has that. I'll check it later. I think.
Yes?
I'm ready.
Okay, I'll have to bombard him with a bunch of. Ooh. Actually.
How may I help?
Can he do the rolling ball thing? No, we'll fuck up everyone.
How may
What
I help?
I'm ready.
Ready. Just give us a dial. Dominated. Do I have that thing on endurance yet? Imprisonment. There is something that prevents... It's confused and dazed. Suppress affliction. See, having my main tank freaking dominated is not a good thing. Each down. If I can just keep on mind controlling trolls, it should be an okay fight. Now they're all bunched together. I don't know if this will break the mind control though, but we'll give it a go.
Yes.
Yep, mind controlled. Oh, got rid of the thing. Good on. Ah, she's mind controlled again. Try and get that. I don't know if I can weaken that particular. Let's get the forest lurker. You get the spike. Yeah, I thought there was, but I can't seem to find it. I don't know if it's a priest thing or not. Why are you over here? Yes, I'll get second wind. Let me take out that Adrigan.
Yes. Stop.
What?
this is down. But I now have revive abilities.
Lava room beyond teeth.
Ow. She's still mind controlled, for fuck's sake. Need to mux back up though. There's the yeah, the bark skin one. Just somewhere. Just gotta make sure I don't target don't target the troll as well. Yeah, and I'll cast that next.
Dead on.
I hope it's not because I've, like, you know, gotten the wrong team for this or something. But that does seem to be a huge problem. Pallegina just cannot resist mind control that well. I'll have a look and maybe I'll get some items and try and see if I can make it a bit better. Right, so I did take a whole bunch of stuff off of Eder, so maybe I'll put that onto her. She can't wear any helms. Constitution. What's a cape? Get rid of that cape. Ah, well. Cape with deflection. Let's see what sort of sword I can get her. What's she got? Great sword. That's great sword. Compare. Yeah, that one's way better. Do I have any rings for her? Let me have a look. Freedom? Hobbled, stuck, paralyzed. That's interesting. Defense when disengaging. Amulet of health. Oh, wicked. Perception of will. Maybe that might help. Of might. Cool. Give her another ring. I'll give her of will so she can resist those fucking mind control bullshit. And what's her belt? Of constitution. Of might. Let's do might. What is her current... She does have a recent constitution. So a quick save there, just after changing all that stuff. What about you? Have you got your bow? You've got your bow. Okay.
Yes.
Audra Arch, dead ahead.
Okay. I have to change my formation again. I think having Utamak in the front was pretty good. So you need to be there, you need to be there. Perfect.
Hmm?
Yeah, there we go. So I think when the fight starts, I'll just cast a whole bunch of buffs, and I'll just wait until they come to me. So I thought I could be able to get a couple of buffs off, but then wait. Because if I wait too much, I get surrounded. I do have a few consumables, but I haven't checked in a while. Because I also just got new characters, so... I'll have a check in the stash. Most of my healing potions have been handed out already. She should definitely get those. I don't know if I have good food. It's mainly just ingredients for food. I have drugs, but... What's this? Dazed and confused. Terrified. Yeah, will defense. Damage reduction, concentration and damage reduction, accuracy, wizard's double, attack speed, deflection and reflex. That's just alcohol. Minor endurance. Get that stuff out. Let's see if I have any in my inventory. I don't think I have any potions in my inventory. Yeah. Okay.
Oh?
Let's do this. Okay. Let's get something. How long does this last for? 40 seconds. That's pretty good. Okay, Paravius, you can do your bark skin. You can cast your thing. Just one troll is getting fucking massacred. No, I increased her will. She has this. She has her items. See, will, all that sort of stuff. I don't think I have that cipher ability. I may not have selected it. Let's get funky with Fireball. Oh yeah, right. Let's do that now. Then I have bought some significant time by mind controlling that troll. Okay, Utamuk stunned. Right. It's also a shame there's this giant fucking Adra arch in the way. I can try and mind control that Adrigan in a bit as well. Might as well need to use this. Yeah, I turned his shield on. That. Durance, go help out Aloth. I say still durable late game. KOTOR is an example where Sith Troopers scale even though you're becoming more powerful. Yeah, it's a common thing that happens in a lot of RPGs, like, you know, wolves are a big thing. Like, somehow, like, wolves just get more stronger as you level. I don't know if I have a solid opinion on it. It can sometimes ruin immersion sometimes, and can be like why are you guys so powerful? You know, it can be a bit immersion breaking, but sometimes it's like maybe sometimes it could be a necessary evil, so that like you don't steamroll things and kind of get bored with the combat. Maybe. I'm not a game developer, so I wouldn't really understand the justification behind that, but maybe that's a reason. Oop, who died? Oh, fuck. Thank you. So you can run along. Are you a friend? How'd that happen? Trolls coming around. Okay, just gotta keep an eye on all the shit that's happening. Oh no, wrong character. There we go. Like, the biggest example obviously is yeah, Oblivion, you're right. Where like bandits are wearing like glass armor and stuff. It's just what? Ooh, I think we're in a spot of trouble. Okay, I've now got enough to dominate. I don't know who I'm gonna dominate. Okay. Charmed, confused, dominated. Charmed, confused, dominated. Troll. Oh, that beetle is now dominated as well. Because the Adrigan. Doing over there? Yeah. Oh, we got more people coming in. Let's do the thunder thing. You need to get more health.
Yeah.
Got it. There's a whole bunch of people coming in. Let's get something else going. Maybe circular healing. Let's get you to wound that troll.
Ready, one.
Okay, you need to kill that thing fast. Stunned. Are you serious? Just heal. Okay, we're going okay, guys. We're going okay. That's good timing. I need you to heal more, Durance. Now Durance is on the front lines. I don't know how this is gonna go. Seriously, she got knocked down. Okay, come on. Addiction, maybe. Yes. We're doing it. We're shitting it in. Who's next to me?
Ready, one.
Okay. We'll need to do some more healing, Durance. So get that going. I'm gonna use like all my spells in this encounter, I'm pretty sure. Can we dominate anyone? The beetle. Yes, the beetle's our friend! Durance is really taking one for the team here. Yes! Alright. Go in there. We got this, everyone. Oh, the beetle is not our friend anymore.
Get on!
We did it. Check my phone, see if there's any messages. No. Well, we did it, everyone. I'm gonna see. There was a huge conversation going on, but I was busy focusing on. Okay, Novum. Yeah, I know you've worked on games. Student of the art. I'm writing and making a right now. Unleveled RPG relies on horizontal progressions over vertical. Yeah, I've already done the endless path, so I don't think I'll do it again. But I don't know if you want to. If you want to find out, if you want me to do it, I'll do it again. But it might be interesting to see if I could actually defeat the master below this time round, because I wasn't able to do it before. You have to, yeah. Oh my god! In my really crappy Pillars of Eternity video that I did, I mentioned how like the fight. For me, I worked on it for like 8 hours, and I just could not do it. Here we go. The Adra Arch looms in front of you, just as you saw it through Persok's eyes. Sagani turns, watching the trees for movement. As the Adra shadow falls over you, the wooded shore... I should have saved before this. The wooded shore fades into a different scene. You're standing in front of a forest. Black and bare trunks claw their way out of the soil in a solemn vigil over the young trees and slender shrubs. You move slowly through the woods, and the ruins scattered throughout them. Stone pillars and broken arches show the bones of some destroyed building. But between and amidst it are all... words. Between and amidst it all are elves and orlins, their faces painted and their bows drawn. Burnt trees, crumbling ruins. Where is this? I'm glad you don't recognize it. That suggests you haven't been lurking around ruins where you don't belong. Sounds like you're describing the desolate stretch of the mountain slopes north of Twin Elms. Sounds site of an old battle called the War of the Black Trees. I've seen the next location.
I'll follow you.
I always get a strange feeling near the end of a hunt. Like an itch on the end of my nose. I feel like we're close.
You sound surprised.
I am. After all this time. A part of me had already accepted that I'd never find him. That I'd be stuck wandering like this forever. I'll admit, I didn't believe you at first. Still didn't until now.
What changed?
I haven't spent this much time around anyone since the long hunts in Nasitak. But I've gotten to know you. Seen how you deal with Kith. Whatever else you turn out to be when we find Theos, you're honest. I know you wouldn't lead me astray in this.
What I mean to say is thanks. No one's done this much for me in a very long time. Feels almost like we're a part of the village again. What will you do after this is over?
Good question.
After 5 years, I'm not sure what the point of this is. Persok has moved on, and while I'm out here, everyone in Masuk is carrying on as normal. And that'll be the chase whether I've come back having found Persok or die out here. To be honest, I'm not sure what that means for me. But I'm getting ahead of myself. First, we've got to find Persok, as well as your quarry, Gisera. Should give me more time to figure out what I'll say to him. What do you think you'll say to Persok?
I guess that depends on who he is now. I'd like to think that traveling for 5 years entitles me to give him a solid earful about all of it. But what really matters to someone in Persok's position? The village he left behind? The family he likely won't remember?
If I'd accomplished as much as Persok, I'd want to hear about it.
I hadn't thought of it that way. Who knows? When we find Theos, maybe you'll get your wish.
Anyway, let's get out of here. Onward.
Yes.
We did it, everyone! Woo! Okay, I think I might be able to play for another 20 or so minutes, and then I should look towards trying to get some sleep, because my kid will be awake in probably 6 hours, so... And I want to be able to actually parent. That was a tough fight, though. But we have reached the third act, so... I guess that makes sense. Actually, from here, where can I go? Oh, I can go to either. I go north. May want to say something different there, Kappa. Okay.
Oh?
Fucking shut up. Fine.
That's it!
There we go. Oh, she leveled. I didn't even notice that. Oh, cool. So, up her athletics again? And survival. Oh, so we have another ability for her. Hastening exaltation. Inspiring triumph. Inspires all allies in the vicinity when the paladin downs an enemy. It's not the best thing. Hostile effects suspended for 23 seconds. Okay, but that's fine and all, but can I look more into it? No. The effects will resume once the liberating exaltation ends. Nah. Zealous charge. I don't really get the thing for... movement speed. It hasn't really helped me too much. Sworn enemy is pretty good. I think I might do that. Zealous endurance. Oh, it's an aura, so I have to switch between them. Sworn enemy. Because then I can stack that with the mark thing that Sagani has. Ooh, hello.
Anyone suspected of treachery must be reported at once. Good, you have come. You have heard of the recent defections from our order caused by this apostate in Kratom?
Yes, I have.
This is a dangerous woman whose lies spread like plague. She inspires chaos, sows conflict. Because of these unusual circumstances, I am speaking to all our initiates personally to ensure there is no more dissension.
You mean because she was one of us?
Who she was no longer matters. If her following continues to grow, there will be war, and all our work will be undone. You were recruited from Kratom, were you not? You must have known this heretic woman, Yavara.
I was in love with her. Yeah, let's do it.
I see. And did she return the sentiment?
Yes.
I trust that you will snuff out this flame if it still burns. The gods do not take pity on traitors. I am trusting you to remain loyal to the gods in this. If you do not, you will have greater powers than me to answer to. But you will answer to me as well.
I understand, Your Eminence. Okay. I think once I get to Half Song, I'll get some camping supplies and then I'll go back and explore Elm Shore a little bit.
Estremor?
Another fugitive from the burning city. The 6 tribes of Air Glanfarth welcome you to Twin Elms. Before you lies the Half-Song district. You are free to explore it, but do not let your feet stray into other districts. They are forbidden to Estremoran. Why is it forbidden to well, I know why. What can you tell me about the Twin Elms? The city is sacred to all Glanfarthans. It is as it is the place where our ancestors first encountered the Builders. That fated meeting turned our people from generations of wandering to a permanent home among the Builders' relics. When the Builders commanded us to settle here, they allowed us the unique privilege to live among the structures here. It is the only place in Air Glanfarth where this is permitted. The sacred site is divided into 4 districts: Hearthsong, the Common District; Old Song, the site of the old temples; Elm's Reach, home of the Delamgun and Druids; and the Burial Island, which is our most sacred place in the city. Do you know anything about the Burial Isle? It is the place where our Amanfatha are laid rest among the stones placed by the builders. They say the souls of some of the Amanfatha still linger there. The way lies through Old Song. It is the holiest place in all the Twin Elms. What temples lie in Old Song? There is Noonfrost, which is dedicated to Rumagand. A group of Pale Elves from the frozen Southlands arrived not too long ago to oversee it. There is also the Nest, the Temple of Hylia; Galawain's Maw, a den of beasts dedicated to the Hunter God. The route to the Burial Isle also lies that way. Tell me about Elm's Reach. There lies Ter Evron, one of the only towers of the Builders still in perfect condition. 2 great elm trees twine around it. Even the mightiest works of the gods protect the works of the Builders. 2 Delamgun sisters dwell there now. The Hall of Warriors stands at one end of the district. Rumour has it that Armenfarth Simok of 3 Tusk Stalgast is there still. Elm's Reach is also where the Druids keep their halls. They are the Ovates of the Golden Grove and Ethok Knoll of Blood Sands. Many shudder at the brutal sacrifices of the Ethok Knoll, but High Ovate Arona is just as powerful in her own way. My watcher friend, Haravius pipes up from behind you, I would be honoured to accompany you to Elm's Reach to meet those Druids. Though I'm a bit wary of any circle with a reputation for brutal sacrifices. That's all I wanted to know. Who are the Builders? You know them as Engwithans. To us, they are the builders, creators of sacred places that we guard to this day. Why is it forbidden to enter the remaining districts of Twin Elms? Twin Elms is a sacred city built by the first keepers of the stone, met the builders. It exists alongside the works of the builders. It is the only place in all Erglanfath where it is permitted to set foot among the sacred places. The Estermoran, however, do not have proper respect for the stones here. A leader of one of the tribes could give you permission on the city, only Amanfath Bethwil is present in the Passage of the Six today, and she has her own troubles. I'll keep that in mind. Best keep your visit brief. Word has reached our ears of the riots have ended, and the gates of Defiance Bay have opened up once more.
Oh?
Trees could use more of Margaret's touch.
Okay. Head east.
Eddie.
Yes.
Yeah. I assumed as much with the entering the little place without talking to the gods first. Oh, what's here? Lockpicks, excellent. Oh. Still Estremore. The rest of the city's forbidden. Yep. You always find one of the Amanfather in the Passage of the Six. Perhaps Amanfath Bethwil will listen if she can tolerate your barbaric tongue. Nice. You're not east enough. You mean like I have to go into Elm's Reach? Oh, you... Common Father. Is this here? Deerwood Noble. I should pace myself for guards skit only. She'll pay. That witch she'll... Fuming with anger and pacing in tiny circles, the Valian merchant aims his wild ran at you as you approach. You there! Have you come to trade with the savages? Learn from my examples and take your business elsewhere. Liars, cheats, swindlers. That duplicitous bitch, Alahi. She claimed to be selling Elad Golo flower buds, but all I have now is 6 bushels of common houseplants. The herbs are useless. What do you intend to do about this? You're getting warmer. When I get my hands on them. Yeah, I'll go for it.
Good day to you.
Oh. Well, you don't have a whole lot, but if I need to enchant anything... Noble?
Yes. Certainly.
I don't even remember this place. I must not have never come here. Man, I must have been really not paying attention when I was playing this game last. It's another antelope companion!
Hail, traveler.
Welcome, welcome. Yep. Just telling about the story of this place. Yeah, you know all about that synchronicity. Always look for the named NPC. Hi, monk. Yeah, I'm not. Oh.
Welcome.
It's this woman. It's good to see someone more civilized around here. I'm learning firsthand that many shortcomings of Glantharfan hospitality. I can almost forgive the hostility towards outsiders, but the temperate taverns and these watered-down drinks, inexcusable. Oh, friend of the dozens. I don't seem too full, but I've heard of you. You're famed among the dozens, and that makes us allies. And allies, well, they hate each other, do they not? What do you need? My friends have drawn some unwanted attention. Glantharfan scouts, and not just any mob of local zealots. The Fangs. The Fangs are a brutal, relentless bunch, eager to make an example of troublesome outsiders. As for why I need your help, I need someone to warn the expedition that trouble is coming, and I need someone ready to fight us if it comes to that. Not the correct NPC. With any luck... Alright, so I need someone to warn the expedition that trouble is coming, and I need someone ready to fight if it comes to that. With any luck, we'll reach my friends before the Fangs, but if not, the Fangs have a reputation uphold. It's Micro spilling blood. What your friends do? Why not warn them myself? It was my turn to handle far patrol. Yep. So she ran off so that she can try and find help. I'll warn them. Pilgrim's Trail in North Weald. Weald? The plan was to camp, find my comrades and warn them. Yeah, it should be fine.
Oh?
Just silent? Okay. So that person you're talking about is in this place. Is it the Antelope Companion? Come to warn me? Frightened Villager? Here we go. You're the one he's looking for. You killed Lord Raedric. How dare you accuse me of something so heinous? Keep it down, idiot. No, you don't understand. It didn't work. I'm one of his guards at the keep. He was one of the guards. He's killed most of them. The ones you didn't... Kolsch. He didn't last very long. Nothing but empty air him. No, of course. Nice enough to work for, I mean. Much nicer. But that didn't help him when Lord Raedric came back. God's... The screaming. His eyes that was like burning inside. He says he's come back to lead us like before. Says he's going to kill you for what you've done. I told him I'd find you, give you his challenge, do it all honorable for that sort of thing. He let me go, and I kept on running as far as the coin would let me. Funny, me running into you anyhow. And then perhaps I should seek him out. Yes, he'll love that. He will. Dying what hasn't stopped him thinking himself noble. Even when he's hurling poor Lendry off the wall. Me, I don't mean to go back there as long as I live. I figured I'd find some work in the Twin Elms. Until then, I plan to drink until I don't remember what happened. Good luck to you. There's something awful out there howling after your blood. Okay, well, we found it. And that's interesting. Oh, Champion of Berith. That'd be interesting. I wonder if, like, something happens that's recognized by Berith in the next game. Yeah, I killed a lot of guards in when I played it as well. Okay, I think I'll get stock up a bit. But yeah, I'm thinking of wrapping up soon.
Hail, traveler.
But yeah, it's been good to have you lot on as always. It's been pretty good. Ooh, Spirit Spiral. Oh, gives me that, huh? High Monk does offer a quest. That's cool. I'm probably not really clicking with it because I'm a bit tired. Like, I feel like my body's awake, but my mind is starting to get a bit tired. If that makes any sense. Where do you have any camp? You do. You have. Gimme. Thank you. It would be better if Snow entered the equation. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that because, as I mentioned, as I was trying to say before we got into the big encounter, was like, if... yeah, something like that. Nah, if there's time, if, like, my circumstances change, I'll definitely look into playing White March, because I'll have, like... Because, like, as I may or may not have mentioned, I work nights, so, if stuff goes back to normal, like we aren't in lockdown anymore, we can take my kid back to daycare and I'll have those hours in the morning to play some games and stuff, and maybe I'll do White March then. Yeah, for the current time until that happens, I can't guess that much. Yeah, I know you are, I know. But yeah, was it yeah, it's a little bit vague if Victoria will come out of lockdown.
Oh?
Now, because there was a protest today, pretty much anti-lockdown protest, and our Premier wasn't too happy about it. So we'll see if we stay in lockdown or we keep lockdown gets extended, or if because tomorrow he's going to release a roadmap of like how we get out of stage 4 and like how we kind of ease back into normalcy. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, we have masks as well. It's mandatory masks. Was it at the protest? Apparently there was a bunch of people wearing Guy Fawkes masks, which I'm like, fucking Jesus Christ. Which, you know, I don't... Like, I get why these people are mad, but at the risk of extending lockdown for everyone, and, like, the risk of spreading the virus, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? I mean, everyone got mad that when we had the BLM protests here in Victoria. People were like, oh, these people, how could they endanger everyone? And then, like, the very same people are like, yeah, we gotta go protest because of my freedom. It's exhausting. But, yeah, it's good to just kind of sit and play games and have a chat with people. It's nice. Yeah, there's evidence showing that the antibodies that you like when you get infected with COVID, the antibodies that are generated from the infection last maybe 3 months. I triggered this fucking response again. They only last like 3 months, and there's a lot of things suggesting that we'll have seasonal COVID outbreaks like every winter or so. Ah, damn it. Alright, according to my clock it's 12:30, so I will be clocking off, and I'd like to thank everyone that joined, even the people who just came along for a little bit, or even the people that are watching it after the live event itself. Yeah, it's really cool, and as I mentioned earlier, I am thinking of what would be trying out Twitch after I finish Pillars. I'll announce everything, like, I'll make sure that I'll let everyone know in the stream on the last few episodes, or streams, or whatever you like to call it, that I'll be moving over to Twitch, and I'll give all the things like, this is my channel, go follow, whatever, right? I have to read up on how to run a Twitch thing, but, you know, that's not your problem. That's my problem. What is... Yep. Well... Yeah, no worries, Sync. I get it, because dozens. What's Restream? Never heard of that. Sorry, I'm waiting for a possible response. I thought about it just then. I'm like, oh yeah, we're on a delay. Fuck, I'm tired. Yeah, no worries, Synchronicity. I love streaming and stuff. I know I don't have like a completely like magnetic personality, and I'm not like Markiplier or anything like that, but I don't know. I like to think striking up conversations and stuff is entertaining in itself. Oh, it lets you stream between multiple platforms simultaneously. That might be cool. I'll look into that. I wonder if my internet can handle it though. That's the next question. I mean, like, I've had the best net here in this house than I've had in any place in Australia, so that's good and all. I'll have to test it one time. Alright, that should probably be it. Actually, I should save. That'll be a good thing. Yeah, that's the entire aim of this stream. I just want to have like a nice little place to just have a chat and just play a game, maybe get people to get involved in a story for a video game. Yeah, that's why, like, I don't think I could ever play like a really multiplayer focused game, because that's very there's not a lot of story to it. Or
Yes.
like I could I've often thought about playing games like Terraria, because there is a progression, you know, like I can be like, oh, my little home here, I'm gonna make it like a fucking castle at the end of it, or like, oh, I'll do this objective, you know, there's an actual like point A, point B in a stream. That's what I like. I like most streams that I've watched personally. I've never really gotten invested in ones that are just like, oh, I'm just chilling out playing COD. And I'm like, yeah, cool, and they'll just be playing COD and they'll look over and be like, oh yeah, right, and like go back to doing it. It's like, you know, but I don't know, each to their own, you know. Also, a place for me to strangle Griffin for failing to play combat right. Trust me, like, I'm pretty sure that I'm okay with combat, like, in the hours before you hop on, and then you just watch me as I'm like slowly getting more tired, and I'm like, oh, slipping up every now and then, like Itomark's like standing off in the wings, just being like, arf. So, alright, I should end it there. Thanks for coming along, guys, and should probably be on for next week. If I'll let you know if anything happens though via Twitter and probably a YouTube post, just like last time. Alright, thanks all. Catch you next week.